10 straight wins for the San Antonio Spurs. They survive up in Toronto, holding off the Raptors 110-107. Devin Vassell led the way again. 21 points. De'Aaron Fox added 20 in the win. Spurs are right back at it tonight in Brooklyn. They'll take on the Nets. Tip-off there set for 6:30. And next year's All-Star game is in Phoenix, and Suns team owner Matt Ishbia says he's going to pay somebody $1 million to enter the dunk contest.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Let me correct myself. To win the dunk contest, okay? Not just to enter it. Hi, everybody. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy you're joining us on this Thursday afternoon. It is a beautiful day in San Antonio and South Texas. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
Are we officially in short sleeve shirt, golf shirt?
And shorts.
Almost.
Dude, it's going to be in the 90s again today.
I'm wearing jeans still, but I'm ready to get to shorts season.
No kidding. I need to go and do a little shopping. Hey, I haven't bought a good pair of shorts. It's been a couple of years. Need to go get some shorts. Yeah, it's always funny when I go into, I don't know, wherever I go, to Dick's Sporting Goods or wherever, somewhere. I feel like an old man buying shorts. I don't know. It just seems weird, but I don't give a damn. But it's, it's like, dude, wear some pants, you old fool.
Nah, dude, I'm down for shorts.
Dude, I love shorts.
I would much rather wear shorts and a golf shirt. But I've never put that much thought into, I can't wait to go short shopping.
Well, I need some new shorts. What the hell?
You go online and you order them.
Dude, I like the old-fashioned way sometimes.
Of course you do.
You know?
Yes.
You support the
same machine.
The stores.
Yes. You got to go find a good local store then.
Yeah. Why not? I don't know where I'm going to go. The last shorts I bought were from, and this is weird, and I hate the guy now because he's a liver.
Wow.
From the Greg Norman website.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they good shorts?
Yeah, they're fine.
Well, then who the hell cares?
Well, I care. I'm not going to support a liver.
Oh, here we go.
The hell am I going to do that for?
I mean, he needs the money, obviously.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, right.
Dude, if the shorts are comfortable, who cares? It's kind of like
I care.
Well, I mean, or I'm one like, oh man, this band in all their political statements, one way or the other. I don't give a damn if I like their music, right? I mean, if you like their shorts, who cares? You're one of them types likes to be mad at the world, mad at something.
No, I just don't want to support a guy that simply betrayed the PGA Tour.
Somehow I wonder with all the brands that we utilize every day if we really knew.
We don't know, and that's the way that it should be.
It needs to stay that way.
But I do know this, so that's the problem. I can't just pretend I don't know it because I do know it, and so that will be the last dollar that Greg Norman gets from me.
Mm-hmm. Coyote on our YouTube says he needs to wear some jorts. Jorts and tank top weather.
Well, not opposed.
What is Lane Bryant? You need to go there.
Lane Bryant is for old ladies. I think.
It is perfect.
I think old ladies that are a little thicker than others.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. I don't know that, but I don't know what Lane. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
No, you acted like you knew exactly what that
was.
No,
I think that's what it is.
Shots.
I'm just saying.
Do we have thicker than train smoke? It's not on my page.
Thicker than train smoke.
Yeah, Lane Bryant's tagline.
If somebody knows that for a fact, let us know. Well, I do care.
Does John Daly have a clothing line?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he does or not. It doesn't have to be because I kind of like going. I'll go to like Ashworth or what's another, even a FootJoy or some of those golf lines.
You just want golf shorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
They're good shorts.
They are good shorts.
Absolutely. And so I'm not a big like cargo pants short guy. With all the pockets.
Yeah.
I don't really care for that. It's not my style.
Okay.
I'm more of a golfer.
More of a golfer. As long as they go with a white belt. Is that what you're saying?
Well, sure, of course. And, even though I'm not a great golfer, I like to look like I am.
Okay.
You got to look the part.
I mean, I don't know. I've got some like Adidas golf shorts.
Yeah, that works.
And some of the PGA Tour.
Sure.
Golf. Was that what they sell at Target, right? The PGA Tour brand?
PGA Superstore brand?
Yeah. Or the PGA Superstore.
Yeah. See, I can go in there too. And that's good. And a lot of times they got some pretty good deals in there.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
Bad. Not bad at all. So, yeah. I mean,
Tommy Bahama shorts,
like that.
you can get some of those.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I got a problem paying $100 for a pair of shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
Now, a nice Tommy Bahama shirt, that's one thing.
Wait,
shorts,
hold on. What's the difference?
It's just a mental block.
What do you mean?
I can't pay $100 for a pair of shorts.
I started buying more expensive shirts years ago when, you're saving money and you buy a cheaper shirt at, say, Target. Even when Pledge was working there, it would hook everybody up with the employee discount. But 4 washes later, you're buying a new shirt.
Well,
so over the course of a year, you have spent what it would cost you for a Tommy Bahama shirt that's going to last you multiple years.
Dude, you look in my closet. That's all I have is Tommy Bahama shirts.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not the issue. What I'm telling
same philosophy on the shorts because you got new shorts last year. Now you need new ones.
No, I didn't get them last year. It's been about 3 years.
Oh wow! So they're too old for you now.
I just want to update the wardrobe. What the hell's wrong with that?
They're shorts. Who cares?
I mean, look at you got a new shirt on here.
I do.
See?
I might have got this for my birthday.
Oh, well, yeah nice. Those sleeves rolled up. Look at that. You put a pack of cigarettes in there. And
I might. My wife, God bless her, she likes these kind of shirts with the little stuff because there's some color on there because she's got to figure out which shade of blue is she getting. But she would rather buy something that's a little bit more colorful.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a good-looking shirt.
Yeah.
See, like this shirt was just an old Dick's Sporting Goods. It's an old Walter Hagen brand.
Who?
Yeah, he's an old golfer.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
But that's what they sell, and it's kind of, it's less expensive than some of the other brands.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dude, sometimes I don't care. It's just if I like the shirt, I'll get it, and then I get to the register, and it's like I do. Whoa, crap.
I'll spend a lot of money on a lot of things, like a blackjack table. But when it comes to clothes, I'm more of a snob that way, and I got to look at it. Except for I am sold on Tommy Bahama.
Comfortable fit,
and they last forever.
Yep.
I get going in for shorts though.
Right. I mean, it's just it's just
you got to make sure the fit is right. Like the sometimes the pant leg goes too far down, too high up.
There you go.
I found a perfect one with this link sole golf stuff, and it's kind of just above the knee.
Where do they sell those? Did you get it online or what?
No, I got it when Link Soul was doing that thing with us.
Oh, okay. So
I've been looking for them since.
See, that's the other thing. I want the shorter shorts.
You want shorts?
Well, not short shorts, but they've got I don't know what the regular what goes down to your knee length, and then there's one that's about 3 inches shorter.
Yeah, I think they're 6-inch.
Maybe, which it's about right. It's about perfect for me. Absolutely.
Wake up.
Did I tell you we have a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page?
6 inches, huh?
Well, I haven't actually put measuring tape to things, but roughly, give or take.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Give or take. Our poll question today, not can they, but will the Spurs win it all? Do you predict right now that the Spurs will win it all? Because I'm hearing on some national shows now, people are starting believing in this team that they can actually get it done this year.
With what we've seen the last 2 games, where they haven't played great basketball for 48, but they have figured out how to win games that a year ago when Wemby was healthy would have been losses, and probably ugly losses. Last night, they were on their way to an ugly loss. Through 3 quarters, they were going to lose that basketball game. 4th quarter, completely different. Now, they tried to lose it by not making free throws down the stretch, but they snatched victory from the jaws of defeat last night.
Absolutely.
That was an impressive win last night.
Well, and that's what championship teams do. even if you're not playing your best or one of your best players not playing his best, which is 2 in a row now for Wemby, when it looks the other guys are picking him up. Another good night for Devin Vassell. There's some things, though, that concern me as you head into the playoffs. And, we're going to fortunately talk about that.
Well, and I'll tell you, and Al, I don't know that I've been up on the Phil Jackson 40-20 rule before.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I kind of vaguely remember it from back in the day. But the 40-20 rule, which is basically, in order to be a legit championship team, you have to have 40 wins before you have 20 losses.
Right.
And there are 3 teams in the NBA that qualify for the 40-20 rule.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Thunder, the Pistons, and the Spurs.
Right.
And Phil Jackson, you go back and you look through history, the 40-20 rule is pretty damn accurate. So the Spurs are one of 3 that are likely to win the title, and if we believe that the champion is coming out of the West, you're really down to 2 teams, the Spurs and the Thunder.
Well, this is true, but I wouldn't assume that the champion is coming out of the West. I mean, the East is not good, but there are some good teams over there.
Mm-hmm.
Boston's playing well. Cleveland's playing well. Detroit, you got to look at them, although I think they might be a player or 2 away. Very young team, but they did us a favor last night by knocking off Oklahoma City.
Yep.
So that was good. Youth is a problem. It is a problem. It's different to win 10 games in February than do it in April and May and then in June. Then that's impressive. You follow what I'm saying? I'm not disparaging what the Spurs are doing. Please don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is a team can look this way in February and then struggle once playoff time comes because it's a completely different animal.
Well, and I'll tell you, Wemby is getting playoff treatment right now.
There's no doubt.
And he's had 2 substandard offensive games in a row. His defense is there. His defense has been great. But the way these last 2 games, Detroit and Toronto, have attacked Wemby, I think is par for the course for the rest of this season. How can this Spurs team adjust?
That's a good question. Let's talk about it. You want to?
Yep.
We'll do that on the other side when we continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
All Americans should do what they can to prepare for the future. Donald Trump Jr. here with an important message. More and more Americans are looking for ways to diversify their hard-earned money, and gold is the perfect solution. For example, a gold IRA from my trusted friends at the Birch Gold Group lets you diversify your IRA or 401k into physical gold with 0 taxes and 0 penalties. You stay in control with a tangible asset that's held value for thousands of years. And right now, Birch Gold is offering a free info kit to help you understand how it works. Just text the word SECURE, SECURE, to 9898. There's no pressure, no obligation, just the facts. You can't predict the future, but you can be prepared, but only if you educate yourself. So take that first step right now. Text SECURE to the number 989898 today. That's SECURE to 989898.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What a great day. I'm okay with 90 degrees in February. I have no issue with it, and so I'm loving today. It's a beautiful day, although we're in a studio with no windows. So I'm only imagining what's happening outside. At least when I got here, it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Blitz. I'm Joe. He's Jason. It was fantastic outside. Good day to go play golf out at the Golf Club of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get out there.
Sure.
Well, not you. You're working.
Oh. Can we play hooky?
I'm ready to leave right now. Pledge, you can have
Is the weekend weather going to be good?
a 6-hour extra innings today.
It's like a baseball game that goes 18.
Sure.
You never know when it's going to end.
You never
You're just
know.
hoping it ends soon. Could do that.
Sure. You know, what do you do? And I've never been to one. I went to a doubleheader once. This is way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Russell Scott, right?
Oh, yeah.
Long time ago when I worked here at the radio station the first time, we went to an Astros game. And hell, I think it was still the Astrodome, for goodness sake. And it was a doubleheader, but the first game went 18 innings.
What was that, Pledge?
Interrupting story time with Uncle Joe. What's going on here?
Did that not burst through your
Well,
ear?
yeah, I heard it. Yeah, it was.
Well, no, through your headphones. I mean, we got to check, make sure my ear's not bleeding.
Back then, they didn't stop beer sales in the 7th inning.
Oh, so you're talking about like in the 1990s.
Dude, yeah, was my first time around here at the radio station. So we were hammered before the second game started.
Of course you were.
It was unbelievable.
You are talking about the same Russell Scott that I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Used to be the news director here.
Mm-hmm. Now he's running like TCU's radio
he's doing
station.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing.
His wife's a bigwig with the Dallas Mavericks.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. She's been with him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
She has.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that just came to mind when we're talking about extra innings.
Mm-hmm. The San Antonio Spurs, and maybe it's just post-Super Bowl, maybe it's because we're almost in March and you haven't seen a drop-off. And I'm trying to go from the national perspective because the national media has completely changed their tune on the San Antonio Spurs. You know, the other night, they're taking on Detroit, and you heard all kinds of different people going, you know what, man, the eye test. You know, I know we played audio from old Clinton Yates, who was on after the morning huddle. And that dude sounded like it was the first time he saw the Spurs play all year.
It probably was.
And it probably was. And last night, after the Spurs took care of business against Toronto, Brian Windhorst on with Scott Van Pelt says, I've booked my hotel room in San Antonio.
Scott, I have an announcement.
Okay.
I have made hotel reservations in San Antonio. And the reason is because there's a certain hotel I want, number one. I don't want you messing around. Secondly, Victor Wembanyama is so special Okay, and my instincts of 23 years covering the NBA are a team that has never played in a playoff game together is not winning 12 playoff games in the Western Conference. That's what my instincts tell me. But then I watch Wembanyama, and I watch how these guys defend, and I am taking the impossible off the table. The last time we saw a team go from having basically no playoff experience together to reaching the finals was the Shaq team in Orlando in the 90s. I was a kid. I was in high school. I watched it, the arena, all that stuff. In fact, I saw Brian Hill last night here in L.A. Shaquille O'Neal and Victor Wembanyama, you may have a Shaquille O'Neal here. I don't know, but I'm not taking it off the table. And so I look at the Spurs very, very seriously. And they're right on the heels of the Thunder now because of all these injuries that the Thunder have.
You know, that's great to hear from the national media, but I hate to hear it because I'd like it when they ignore San Antonio and just go about their way and pick everybody else. And again, comparing Wemby to Shaquille O'Neal is an issue for me. They're not the same guy, not even anywhere close. Maybe height, but that's about it. Shaq was a big body.
Yeah.
And Wemby's not that. And you see it last night in the way teams are starting to play him now. We talked about the bully ball. I think he's overcome that. Now they're just trying to keep him from touching the basketball offensively. And last night, Toronto did a really good job at that.
You know, it is interesting. And for the record, a lot of these national guys, especially if they want a specific hotel, they'll book rooms, and the networks will book rooms in every city that they think possibly can be there. The NBA will do that. And the fact that San Antonio is back on that list. But that's the key there. Not like Windhorse thinks they're coming. They've got to prepare for all the different scenarios. And the fact that San Antonio has mentioned that in that conversation in February as a part of that is telling. But I agree with Wendy because we've talked about that since, we realized, okay, this team is going to be better than just getting into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But can they win a title? Most teams, their first trip into the postseason don't end with a parade because they get punched in the mouth and they have to learn from that.
Oklahoma City.
They are getting punched in the mouth, though, here in the regular season. And I wonder if this kind of regular season bully ball, as Wemby called it the other night in Detroit, will have him ready for what he's going to see in the postseason. Because even Mitch Johnson has said he's getting playoff-type treatment right now. And the last two games, offensively, Wemby has not responded well until the fourth quarter of both of those games. Fortunately, other dudes have picked up the slack. The question I have is, can you count on Devin Vassell being that efficient from three-point range? Can you count on some of these other guys always picking up the slack? And I don't know that they can.
Well, and we because you haven't seen them do it.
Yep.
The last two games, you have. Devin Vassell's hit 12 three-pointers in the last two games. So he's been on fire. He's red hot. How sustainable is that? And can you count on it? Dylan Harper, pretty good last night for the most part. De'Aaron Fox, that highlight reel shot he made.
Oh, behind the basket?
Was incredible. But again, look, you have to get lucky a little bit to win in the NBA and play as well as they're playing. I think last night that was part of it because a bunch of free throws missed last night. That's for sure. How about 10 of them?
Yeah.
And so that's an issue. You can't do that in the playoffs and hope to win a game. I just think that's – and we see it all the time. Teams trying to take the best player out of it and other guys – forcing other guys to respond and pick up the slack. So far, in these last two games anyway, the Wemby's teammates have been able to do that. Now, again, the question is that sustainable?
Well, and again – when they're shooting north of 40% from three, they're going to win those games. But that hasn't been consistent throughout the season, so you can't rely on that being there consistent in March and April and May, and dare I say June. Wemby's got to figure out how to battle through. Wemby can't be without a field goal at halftime. And as Windhorse makes the Shaq comparison, and I'm not going to try to compare the two players because physically they're completely different human type beings. I mean, both large men, but in different ways.
Yes.
But every team that Shaq went against was trying to figure out how do they take Shaq out of it and make somebody else beat them. And you can't do it. You could limit Shaq to a degree, but you're not going to take him completely out. The last two games, we've seen teams, at least for a half, take Wemby out of his offensive game.
Mm-hmm.
Wemby's got to be able to battle through that and still be a dominant force and get the help from his teammates. Because I don't know that, Devin Vassell's going to have many 8 for 13 nights and 5 of 6 from 3. Now, he's had 2 back-to-back, but I've got enough of sample size from Devin Vassell to say that ain't normal. Same with Julian Champagnie. When the dude is on, man, he's lights out, but when he's not, yeah. De'Aaron Fox wasn't good against Detroit, but he was 8 of 15, had 20 points. And if you can get that consistently from Fox and what Castle and Harper were able to do last night, and look, Harper at the end of that game, you could question whether or not he should be in there, but Mitch Johnson said afterward he earned those minutes, but he made his mistakes. I loved that because they won, but he's got to learn from those. He missed those 2 free throws, but then tracked down that rebound late. Sometimes you see a young player that missed the free throw, and that's in their head, and they're not chasing that loose basketball. That miss could have cost them, but his collecting the basketball saved them. That was a heads-up play by a young player.
Without a doubt. Now, again, Castle and Johnson were both a little dinged up in that game, and it's why Harper, I think, was playing. He earned the minute. I'm not going to argue with Mitch Johnson, but both of those guys are questionable for tonight.
Available.
But available.
Yeah.
Well, they're questionable. I don't know.
The injury report says they're available.
All right. So we'll see what happens. Why play them? I mean, if they're a little dinged up, let them rest. You don't play, and then you've got New York coming up on Sunday. That's what I would do, but I'm not the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs because I think, any way you slice this road trip, it's been one hell of a success. And so I think if you can't beat Brooklyn, who's already tanking, without those two guys, I think you're in trouble. So, but we'll see what happens tonight. Again, his teammates, and this team is deep. And if these guys can play and they can get the job done the way that they're doing it now, it affords Wemby to have off nights, and it's also going to help moving forward. If these guys are killing you and you're taking Wemby away, eventually you're going to have to adjust that, and then Wemby's going to be back and be ready to roll.
It's one of those wild things when you look at it from like last night's game. For 3 quarters, it just looked like a bit of a hangover from the Detroit win. And granted, Toronto's a good basketball team, but Mitch Johnson said it took until the 4th quarter for them to settle down.
We had some obvious breakdowns in terms of game plan execution defensively. Offensively, gave us some trouble, obviously. Very physical team, apply pressure. They do a great job trying to speed you up and typically punish you for playing isolation basketball because they're so good on the ball and they swarm 2 people that dribble. And I thought we didn't let the ball move a few times tonight, and they made us pay, apparent by the points they got off our turnovers. But I did think we settled in when we really had to, especially start that 4th quarter there and started to play our brand of basketball.
And look, their brand of basketball, at least judging from the last 2 nights, is defense first. They've gotten back to that. And that's what happened in the 4th quarter. They locked down defensively and got their offense going too. But this team is a defensive-first team, and they've got the ability to score a lot of points.
They just the missed free throws down the stretch damn near killed them. Mitch Johnson was asked for what coaching advice he would give his team about those free throws.
Make more. Yeah, it's a long season. You know, you got to continue to find ways to win. You got to continue to do more of the things that you can control. And so you can't allow the snowball effect to be those things. The execution, the togetherness, the communication, being in a stance, playing with effort, not letting a missed shot, a missed call, in your opinion, whatever those things that are going to ebb and flow throughout a game or a season affect these things over here. And it's going to happen. It's human nature. But I thought when push came to shove, we did a good job of that, and happy to see us kind of fight through a tough night in a few different ways.
And look, at the end of the day, it's all that matters. You're having a rough game for 3 quarters, you find a way to pull it out in the fourth. That's what championship teams do, and the Spurs are starting to learn that, where games that they would have lost a year ago, they're winning now. And that's the difference in this team, and that shows their maturity and they're growing up a little bit. But look, Wemby's going to have to figure this out. And here's the thing. He mentioned it's tough to hear in the soundbite, but he mentioned that he was gassed last night. And I think the physical play that these teams are putting on him are wearing him down a little bit. And that's another thing to watch as the season rolls on. And maybe that's why he's struggling offensively the way that he has the last 2 games. Teams are putting bodies on him, and it's wearing him down a little bit.
I didn't recover tonight. With all the time changes, from LA and here and coming late from Detroit, I wasn't recovering. I need to do a better job.
Perfect, thank you.
And getting my treatment in, getting more sleep. I couldn't sleep last night. Yeah, I wasn't in shape today.
Mm-hmm. So that's something to watch moving forward, because I can see where that would wear him down a little bit, having to battle teams that are putting bodies on him night after night after night.
The All-Star game, obviously, then you get back out on the road. The good news, they play in Brooklyn tonight, then they don't play again until Sunday. He can get a nap in.
Well, sure. Yeah, that's a tough game on Sunday in Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
That won't be an easy one either.
Hard to get some rest when you get a weekend in New York City, huh?
Isn't that the truth? Maybe they should just stay in Brooklyn. Well,
it is New York City,
New York City, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. This team's playing well. Enjoy it. But again, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, call your shot. Will the Spurs win it all? Not can they. Do you think they will? I want to know, will they? As far as you're concerned. Right now, Spurs fans are confident. 57% to 43% say yes, they can. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of regular season left to play and battle for that number one. When is SGA coming back? Does anybody know that?
Next week, maybe.
Maybe. Oklahoma City might want to push that along a little bit.
Are they 2 games back now?
2 games back, the Spurs are. Yes. So 10 in a row. I don't care who you're playing or what the situation is. That's pretty damn good.
Dude, they're a win tonight. Because Sunday is March, right?
Sunday is March 1st.
So if they win tonight, they're perfect in the month of February.
In the month of February, yes, they are.
Undefeated month.
There's no way they lose tonight.
Don't say that.
There is no way they lose tonight.
Dude, I remember somebody that used to work over at Channel 5 that used to do this whole thing. They got a cupcake tonight.
Dude, Brooklyn is already in the tank.
I'm just saying.
They're in the tank.
I'm just saying.
They're not gonna win tonight.
Don't say that. I mean, they're gonna be cupcakes in the building tomorrow. You want a beer bet or a cupcake to the face? I mean, you're kidding. They got a cupcake tonight.
Dude, it is a cupcake tonight, without a doubt. A big old softy cupcake with lots of icing.
You just doomed us.
Maybe a clown face on there too.
What was it? The Spanish word?
Payaso.
Payaso.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Yes. Careful how you say that.
Uh-huh. Payaso.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Brooklyn is.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're going to be if they blow it tonight after jinxing them.
Well,
calling them a cupcake.
If that jinxes them, for goodness sake, they don't deserve it.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
Here we go. It's Ryan Eagle's fault. We're just calling our shot now.
That's it. Easy win tonight. Book it.
They're going to win.
Yep. A lot going on at the NFL Combine. And a lot more talk about Brandon Aubrey. We're doing that. And Shotty was at the podium today, and he met with the media. We'll hear from him when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like nuclear reactor safety expert.
I disabled the backup cooling system. It was making such an annoying noise. You heard it, right? It was like,
We're on the countdown to core failure.
And you're saying we don't want that?
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 442 Unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Big games, weekend trips, last-minute plans. February gets busy. That's why Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is opening their doors to new furry family members this month. With over 6,000 feet of indoor play space, 5 outdoor play yards, and fully trained staff supervising your pup's every move, your dog stays happy, safe, and active while you're away. Add grooming, training, and special one-on-one time to make every day, every stay unforgettable. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1.
Hey, say congratulations to Jerry Jones. Did you see this? Jerry Jones, 37 years ago this week. Bought the Dallas Cowboys for $150 million.
Mm-hmm.
Today, they're worth $12.8 billion. Not a bad return on that investment.
It took a while. I mean, you remember? I mean, you watch, if you know Jerry or you watch that Netflix special, I mean, he bought that thing and it was losing $1 million a month. And people thought he was nuts. Now it's worth $12.8 billion. For the record, his 2024 operating profit, according to Sportico, $490 million profit off of 1,200. What is 1,250 million? That doesn't make sense. But yeah.
And wasn't it? I mean, he went into debt big time to get that money.
Yeah.
So yeah, he laid it all on the line to buy the Dallas Cowboys, and here we sit today, and they're the most valuable franchise in professional sports. Which and I don't even think it's really that close.
I mean,
if I'm not mistaken.
And that's pretty good considering
this drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl.
Yeah, imagine when they get there again.
Unbelievable. Well, we'll see what they do here in the offseason. They're talking a great game.
Oh, yeah.
But actions certainly speak louder than words. We do have the NFL Combine continuing. Actually, technically, even though they've been there since Monday, this is the first day that the athletes are out on the field in their underwear doing whatever the hell that is that they're doing.
Sure. But a lot of talking going on. And obviously, George Pickens and Brandon Aubrey, at least for now. And it's interesting because Brian Schottenheimer was doing the rounds today and said some interesting things. First, let's go with what he said about George Pickens on the Rich Eisen show.
Yeah, we talk every day. Okay. And I think, again, that's one of the things that when I took the job, we were really committed to making sure there's just constant communication. And the thing I'd say about GP, from the moment he got there, this guy is the best. I love this guy. I love how much fun he has playing the game. I know how much he loves football, and I expect George to be on our team for a long time to come.
Now, he says that. Now, when he says talks every day, that's to the Joneses, not to George Pickens, because they're on the podium. He talked about the uncertainty that deals with Pickens this offseason.
Yeah, again, this is going to play out the way it's supposed to play out. GP loves football, and my relationship with GP doesn't change, just like it didn't change with CD or Dak or those guys that were going through certain things, and it's all part of the process. It's the business side of it, but hell, I was talking to CD last night, and so, it doesn't change.
What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, I was talking to CD last night. Okay.
Because he hasn't talked to Pickens yet, but he will.
He has nothing to do with it.
Well, you still talk to your players, right?
Well, I guess. Is he going to be a player? He's not tagged yet. That free agent period's coming up pretty quick. I'm just saying. And unfortunately, now Shotty can go to Jerry and say, look, we really need this guy, and here's why, and bam, 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 bam. And then Jerry's going to make the decision. And it looks like, again, that they're going to tag this guy and expect him to play on that tag this year.
Expect. Hope. It's interesting because, Brian Schottenheimer, who seemingly spends more time on the phone every day than a teenage girl talking to his players and everybody within the organization, hasn't talked to Pickens, but he does plan to before the tag is placed. Right? So I don't know if he sets a calendar with all the players he wants to reach out to every day just to make sure he gets to them all. But, I was talking to CD last night. All right, cool. But I haven't talked to George Pickens yet. Isn't that the one that might be a priority? Or is it, I need to let that one alone right now because I can't muddy the waters?
Well, that's kind of what I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he can go on a podium like he did today and says how much he loves George Pickens and how much the kid loves football and all of that stuff. And I'm sure Pickens will hear that or get word back. The coach is on his side, but the coach doesn't sign the checks. And so that really doesn't matter, does it?
Well, no.
No.
I mean, he's got to deal with whatever Jerry is able to to get signed, and we certainly know how that works. But I did think that was honest and surprising when he said he hadn't talked to George Pickens. But the guy loves football, and they want him around, and they're going to move him around. And Pickens will be on the tag, a part of the 2026 offense. And, Brian Schottenheimer did say today one of the things they're going to do is the offense improves in year 2 under Schottenheimer is moving George Pickens around a lot, which is good. But obviously, everything about the combine and everything about this draft is focused on the defense. Of all the interviews they're doing, the vast majority are defensive guys. I mean, you look at the list of who the Cowboys are talking to, there's, 10, 12 offensive guys? The rest are defense. But Schottenheimer said they're not going to force things on the defensive side of the draft.
You got to go best player available. I mean, that's part of the deal. You look at a guy like CeeDee Lamb, right? And, you're not thinking you need a receiver. He's sitting there. If you pass on him and you watch him to go on and have a great career, you can't do that. So our job is to develop the guys that are on the roster. We look forward to adding pieces through free agency, but also the draft. But my opinion, I know Jerry and Stephen feel the same way with Will. You got to pick the best player available.
The best player available.
That fills the need.
Well, unfortunately, the Cowboys aren't in a position where they can just pick and choose. I mean, they need defense. I don't think anybody – if you watched one Cowboy game this year, you saw how pathetic that defense is. That's where they need to go. And I love what he said, the best player available. Baloney. Well, the best player that's available that plays defense.
I mean, to a degree, you're right. But you're draft board, and you have to grade everybody there. But this is such a defensive-heavy draft. For all the years for the Cowboys to need a lot of defensive guys, this draft is perfect for that, right? If they needed a running back, they'd be screwed. They wouldn't take a running back anyway. We've watched them pass on many good ones over the last couple of years. But also, in their minds, have they solved some of their defensive needs just with hiring Christian Parker and looking at what they already have and moving some guys around? As he said today, Donovan Ezeraku is now a linebacker.
As we go through this process, we'll see how free agency goes. That's the first line of action, if you will, as we go through this process. But, again, I see it being built with some veterans and some young players. I think, I feel really, really good about Easy and what he's capable of. You actually saw him do those things that we see. Remember, these outside linebackers for us, the first thing that they're going to do is, number one, set the edge in the running game. Number two, they're going to affect the damn quarterback, okay? And then occasionally they'll drop. The really good ones, you don't drop them very often, but you do it a little bit. And so what you want to see with guys like that, which we saw this year with Donovan, was when they drop, are they comfortable? Do they have movement skills? Do you see them? They look like a fish out of water. And all those answers for him are very, very positive.
Interesting. It's a need. And if they think that he can help there in the linebacker position, then okay.
Well, and they're also moving Marislieff out outside linebacker. So where they had none, now that they've got two, right? And if they think they can just moving some guys around that are better fits for what they need defensively, I just hope they don't feel like, all right, well, we've solved that problem. Because you moved a couple guys, now you've created another one. You still got to go find some edge rushers. And, as Shotty said, with a little bit of a defensive scheme, you got to figure out now the defensive front.
Yeah, again, we're going to move him around quite a bit, to be honest with you. Obviously, Kenny has the most experience playing nose. Quinnen obviously has been a 3. He's been in the attack front for a long time. And, I know he was excited about the fact of being able to potentially stay in that. But 3-4 is the best thing for us. And Quinnen Williams is great in any system. You give Quinnen a chance to play at the 3. And be very, very clear, this 3-4 defense is not the old 2-gap. Where you sit there and you're reading blocks. We will be getting vertical, and we will be using our hands and shedding. Osa's got the ability to play same thing, the 3, the 4-eye, or the 5 for sure. He's got the length to do that. But at the end of the day, why do you like the 3-4 as an offensive coach? Because you're forcing the offense's hand in a pass protection world. You're making them 5-0 things and block one-on-one. And if you give us those one-on-one opportunities, it's usually going to be pretty good for us with the talent that we have inside there.
I find it fascinating that, and Stephen Jones said the same thing, that they like the personnel that they have. So it was just so Eberflus just completely screw that up and have these guys where they weren't comfortable or they weren't where they wanted to be or whether they were at the best that they could be. I mean, my goodness, I find that kind of hard to believe that Eberflus would come in and screw the pooch that bad.
I don't. In some ways, I think you see a combination of Will McClay and all these people liked them. Every GM, every scout, they're all looking for different traits, and they're all going to talk about the types of players that they're looking for. And, they got to love football, and they got to do this. But if you don't do anything with them, or you've got them in the wrong position, are you getting the most out of them? Can Christian Parker come in and say, you know what, I like these guys, but I think they're better this way. I think they're better that way. I guess that is a possibility. And, of course, Christian Parker is known for working with the secondary types. A guy like Siobhan Ravel is finally healthy, and Christian Parker's got to develop that secondary.
Yeah, and it does, of course. We're looking at that, but I think also we have a couple young guys we're excited about. Deron Bland is not a finished product. Deron needs to he didn't have his best year last year. He knows that. He's looking forward to working with CP and Derek Ansley and Ryan Smith and those guys. And Siobhan, Von's going to take a big step this year. Finally healthy, finally feeling good. Kalen Carson, Quez. We've got talented guys that need to be developed, and that's part of our job. We're not just in this business of, okay, we're going to go draft players. We're going to have a very specific improvement plan with a plan of action for all those guys where there's 3 things that each guy, hey, we want to get them better at these 3 spots, and then not just that, but how we're going to do that. What are the steps to do that?
Kalen Carson, huh? I don't think he could cover you.
No, dude, I'm uncoverable. Are you kidding? And Mike Quicks?
Jeez. Again, what concerns me about just hearing Shotty today is like, well, we're not going to go out and spend a lot of money in free agency because we already have the guys. We just need to move them around. I mean, that's what I'm hearing from this press conference.
Your definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
We're going to be selectively aggressive.
I mean, I think we're getting back to all of that, right?
That's what it sounds like. It's like, we've got the guys. Eberflus just came in here and didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have him in the right. But Christian Parker, he's a genius. Mm-hmm. He's going to come in here and put them exactly where they need to be. Jerry, put your checkbook away. We don't need to do anything.
I mean, it's interesting on a day at the Combine where arm length, not hand size, but arm length became a major topic because some of the top pass rushers apparently have alligator arms, right? And now Jerry's going to have that alligator arm as he reaches for his wallet after saying they could bust the budget.
It's concerning to me. Now, maybe he's just saying that and not to hurt anybody's feelings. It's on the roster right now. But I don't like what I'm hearing from Shotty. It just sounds like Christian Parker is the answer, and we hired him, and he's going to fix it all, just like that.
Everybody can have their own definition of what that means, but I've never not known us to be all in.
Yeah, I mean, time will tell. I just that press conference is a little concerning. I won't lie to you.
I mean, those guys are under contract. They got to do something with them. Some of them, I think, need more than 3 things on their get better at plan. That doesn't mean they can't get better and still be the backup with whoever you draft or bring in free agency. So those are the guys that are on the roster. Obviously, he's going to talk positive about them. He better not give a damn about hurting their feelings. And as he said, Deron Bland knows he didn't have a great season. That might have hurt his feelings.
Well, it might have.
I mean, but we'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I didn't like the tone of that. It's just, we did our job. We hired Christian Parker. This guy is a genius. Have you not heard?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to just move these guys to different spots, and they're going to be all pros. Boom.
I mean, you're still the head coach. There's still a Will McClay there. And so you hire a Christian Parker, and you know what? I think this guy should be an outside linebacker. You think Shoddy sat there and said, you know what? I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Exactly.
You're right. You're right, CP. We got it all wrong all last year.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, I look at, this isn't like, I don't know, when Tariq Woolen came to UTSA as a wide receiver and they were like, you know what? You're probably going to be better off as a corner, right? Because most wide receivers that can't catch end up as really good defensive backs.
Yeah.
Edge rushers that can drop into coverage, you should have known that when you drafted them. Now, granted, if Eberflus thought, no, and he's your coordinator and that's what you're going with, but at some point the light bulb goes off when the new guy shows up, that's a little concerning for the staff that was there.
Well, it's a little concerning considering that Shoddy actually went into the defensive room for a couple of games.
No, I could say.
He didn't make any adjustments.
Now, I could say that, in all fairness, Shoddy or some of the other defensive coaches might have wanted to do that, and Eberflus was against it. And it kind of reminds me of when, what was it? Was it Lenahan that was the coordinator, and Kellen Moore had all these ideas that Lenahan wouldn't install, and he got fired, and Kellen Moore took the job? Maybe there was some of that too. Like, this is something they thought about last year, but Eberflus didn't want to change, and that's one of the reasons why he was one and done, to be fair.
Sure. Well, we'll see. We'll see what they do. I still hope they're aggressive in the offseason and spend some money. I just can't believe these guys are just going to be all pros now that we just moved them around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Dude, you want to hear something that's scary? I mean, scary.
Scary?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When an elevator door opens, do you ever look and see if the damn elevator's there?
I would.
I just walk in.
You just walk. Would you know? Do you think you would notice if the floor wasn't there?
Well, it depends. I guess if you're having a conversation or you're looking at your phone or whatever and the door's open, you're assuming that the elevator's there. Well, don't ever do that again. And we'll ask a pro golfer who found out real quick that, sometimes the elevator's not there. We'll talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, I got to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, great folks, great people. And it's a company, that is an institution here in San Antonio and South Texas. I say that because they've been in business since 1983. Think about that for a minute. 1983, they've been in business. That's a long, long time. And, it should tell you everything you need to know about the respect and the quality of work that the folks at Stevens Roofing do. And now they've added solar to what they do. Look, if you've been thinking about it, and I know a lot of you have, thinking about putting solar panels on your house for a variety of reasons, Stevens Roofing can do that now. They are in that business. It is Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Let them know what you want to do and how you think it should be. They'll put their head together with you, and you come up with a plan that will make you very, very happy. If you think there's something wrong with your roof, if you think maybe you've got a leak, or it's just been a long time since you've gotten checked out, call Stevens Roofing and Solar. They'll send a crew out to your house. They'll inspect your roof for free, and they'll let you know if there's any problems up there. And you know they are the company that if you do have an issue, they're the company to hire to get that taken care of. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business. Give them a call, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
There was a trade in the NFL today. The Tennessee Titans sent nose tackle and former Texas Longhorn Trevondre Sweat to the New York Jets in exchange for edge rusher Jermaine Johnson II. University of Cincinnati is suing ex-quarterback Brendan Sorsby, who transferred this year to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Cincinnati is citing breaching his NIL that covered the 25-26 season.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Thursday, everybody. It is a Thursday in San Antonio and South Texas. So happy you stopped by here to join us and spend some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here as well. And, man, what a great day. It's summertime already.
Dude, it feels it's golf weather.
It certainly is that. Yes.
Earlier this week, we talked to the defending Valero Texas Open champ, Brian Harmon. That's right around the corner. Well, March is this weekend.
That's incredible. But Sunday is March 1st.
It is golf weather. It is fantastic.
And we're having a golf tournament.
We are having a golf tournament.
On March 30th out at the Golf Club of Texas.
Like a month away.
Presented by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. You want to get your slot now. It's $150 a person, or save some money and just get your foursome for $500. So it is benefiting feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas. But look, if you played in this golf tournament before, you know it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Insira.com, also PPL Motorhomes. San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. You need to sign up now. You just go to sasportstar.com.
I think we're, almost halfway?
Well, according to the little highlighted note I've got here, it says only 15 foursomes remaining.
Wow.
That's incredible. 15 foursomes remaining. So you better get in there.
Signed up.
It's going to sell out. We tell you this every time it happens. Just for some reason, some people just don't believe us.
They don't.
They just don't believe us.
They don't.
It's March 1st. It'll be payday. It'd be a perfect time to sign up.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Perfect.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
There are things in life that you're fearful of. And things you didn't know you were fearful of. That could become that way.
Yes.
For example, the pest control guy showed up at the house this morning, for the quarterly thing. And he
You
tells me
afraid of him?
there's two new ants that he said you've got to be concerned about. One of them looks like a little spider. And he said, but they're kind of harmless. Another one, the sting on it is worse than a fire ant.
Ouch.
Yeah.
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 What, did he spray for those, I hope?
I would say, well, yeah, I haven't seen any, but make sure they don't come around.
Yeah, please.
Whatever you got to have. You've seen these. There's apparently two new ant types.
I appreciate pest control folks, but why do they need to scare you like that? Isn't that why you're here, buddy? So I don't ever see one of those
I don't
things.
ever want to see one.
Right.
But have you? Nope. Because you've done your job.
Yes.
You've done your job. I haven't seen any of those, but thanks. If I see little ants, he said typically in the kitchen or in the bathroom because they like water. But a lot of people think they're little spiders and they're freaked out. But he said nope, they're
ants.
They're ants.
Wow.
There's two new ants.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. And one's got a sting worse than a fire ant. Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's fears like that, and then there's fears like you get on an elevator and you think it's going to go out. The worst fear you have on an elevator is it getting stuck, right?
True.
Or the door opens and you step in and fall because the elevator cart is not there. Now, something like that happened at the Crockett Hotel a couple of years ago. Just awful story. And thankfully, we don't hear a lot of these stories, but here's one. A pro golfer in South Africa this week, I think his name is Andrea Pavon.
Pavin? Or Pavin, whatever. I
don't know.
I've never heard of this guy. Have you, Pledge?
You
heard of this dude? No?
He's good. He's won some tournaments. Two-time DP winner, whatever that is. He at his hotel, they're playing in a tournament, and I guess he's on the third floor because he fell 3 stories.
Wow.
He's alive, though, needed surgery.
Dude, can you imagine?
No.
I said, what? Whoa! Holy cow. I mean, you're not going to be playing golf for a while.
Injuries are not life-threatening, but did require hours of surgery.
Now, he may own that hotel after it's all said and done.
I mean, there's a good possibility. For the record, the tour did announce that he had to pull out of the South African Open Championship. You think?
I think that's probably what goes without saying. Mm-hmm. Dude, I can't even imagine that. But again, I guess when you're on an elevator or you're about to get on one and people come out, all right, you're safe. But I know people all the time, they're just nonchalant when those doors open, you walk in. Whether you're having a conversation or looking at your phone or whatever.
You expect the floor to be there.
Well, yeah, you do.
But I'm also wondering, though, would you notice if it wasn't there? Like, yeah, that doesn't look right.
Well, if you're distracted,
sure.
And a lot of people are by this little device in your hand right here. So
that's scary.
That is very scary, yes.
That is scary.
So please check to see if the floor is there next time you get on an elevator.
Something to think about.
Yes.
That you didn't know you probably needed to think about.
Yep.
The Tampa Bay airport. They either have a really good social media team or, they got a really good social media team. The Tampa airport tweeted out, "We've seen enough. We've had enough. Time to ban pajamas at Tampa International Airport. After successfully banning Crocs and giving everyone the amazing opportunity to experience the world's first Croc-free airport, it's time to take on an even larger crisis. Pajamas at the airport in the middle of the day." I love it. And it goes on and talks about all kinds of stuff.
So it's okay to wear them at night?
Or in the morning. I think they're just tired of seeing people travel in pajamas. At the end, it says, "Do your part. Say no to pajamas at TPA, Tampa International Airport."
And they don't like Crocs either.
Apparently not. Help Tampa International become the world's first Crocs-free and pajama-free airport.
I don't have a problem with Crocs. Now, I don't wear them personally, but I don't have a problem if you do. You have a problem with Crocs?
I don't. No, I don't give a damn.
Well,
I don't wear them, but they don't bother me.
No.
Although I do sometimes when you're traveling and you see the people that rolled out of bed and showed up at the airport and they were in their pajamas, you go, seriously? But that doesn't necessarily bother me either.
Well, it doesn't really bother me either, but it must bother some people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really care what you wear to the airport. I mean, or where to get on an airplane. I mean, as long as you're not, hanging out. Maybe that's what they're afraid of. If pajamas can be kind of loose.
So in your mind, it depends on who's wearing the pajamas. If she's wearing pajamas, you're okay with it, but.
Well, I haven't ever seen a dude wearing pajamas. Have you?
Yeah.
I never have at an airport. It's always been a girl.
Yeah.
Well, stop it. What the hell?
He's just got to quit that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They don't be wearing pajamas. Who the hell wears pajamas if you're a guy? Come on. I mean, be comfortable, but put some clothes on, for goodness sake.
Well, again, if you're just rolling out of bed and going straight to the airport, what you have on is what you're going to the airport in.
Dude, again, wake up earlier. However long it takes you to put clothes on, okay, set the alarm for that. Maybe 10 minutes earlier, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth. Add some deodorant. You know how that can be.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Go from there.
Jeez.
The NBA All-Star Game is going to be in Phoenix next year. Matt Ishbia was on with Pat McAfee and is going to do his part to save All-Star Saturday night.
We're going to make it an amazing event.
Let's announce it right now what we're doing for the slam dunk contest.
Yep.
You
Let's do it. Let's do it. We can do it.
All right.
Tell me what we're doing.
You're going to put $1 million up for the winner and then $1 million donation to a charity of their choice.
Done.
For the slam dunk winner.
Let's get the best guys in it. Let's make it awesome.
Okay, and then the three-point shooting contest. We're doing $1 million to the winner, $1 million to the charity.
Hey, let's do it. Pat McAfee show, we're in on it. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, good negotiation right there.
Good swing there.
I might sell that deal to another company like you did with my mortgage, but
I got it. I'll take care of it. Let's do it.
That's funny because he did kind of slide that in there. We're in together with the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah. Wait, what? What?
It's good. But, wouldn't you like to have that much money? So I say, what, $4 million? Sure. No problem. We'll take care of it.
Well, McAfee gives away a lot of money every Saturday during game day.
I'm just saying.
Take care of the tab for the.
Well, that's $150,000.
All right. Only $150,000.
Well, it's not $4 million. All
right.
Those hockey players can drink.
Yeah. I'm surprised it was only 150.
28. Was there 28 of those guys? 24,
sure.
Whatever it was. $150,000.
I mean, they were expensive beers.
I bet you some of them weren't drinking beer, Minix.
Bottle service?
Yeah.
If they were spending $1,500 for a bottle of Grey Goose.
I'm sure they were drinking, dude.
I know tequila was on their tab.
Now, if you won a gold medal, I know you just drink beer.
Yeah.
Dude, the rest of us might, loosen up a little bit.
I have a feeling it'd be Blanton's.
Well, there you go. That's not cheap.
No. Oh, Pappy. If McAfee's paying, get the Pappy.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Get a bottle of it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The bit, yeah.
Uh-huh. I would be doing that for sure.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, if it was a bunch of Canadians, the Crown Royal would have been flowing.
Canadian Mist.
A lot of hockey players from Canada, they like their Crown.
Dude, the Canadian Mist sucks anyway. It's been a long time, but yeah, if I recall, Canadian Mist is bad.
Mm.
It's not good.
It's almost as good as the sucking up Shedeur Sanders is doing to his new coach there in Cleveland. Todd Monken, the new head coach over there in Cleveland, said he got a birthday gift from one Shedeur Sanders.
In fact, for my birthday, I got this package. I thought it was for my wife. It's like this package, and opens it up. It's like this porcelain, like horse head, and it's from Shedeur. He sent me a gift on my birthday, and I asked him. I said, "What was the meaning?" He said, "Well, I just really liked it." I said, "I got myself one." I said, "Well, great."
Yeah, great.
and Monken's going to. Can I give this back to you?
I got a horse head from my quarterback.
Well, there was a picture of it, and it is a porcelain horse head.
Mm-hmm.
And the headline of the story, Minix, was that Shedeur Sanders goes all Godfather.
Well, sure.
Right? So is he sending Monken a message?
I mean, maybe.
If you don't start me, buddy,
uh-huh,
there'll be a horse head in your bed when you wake up.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was a nice gesture by Shedeur. Come on. I wonder if he'll catch hell for that in the locker room. Dude, quit sucking up to the new head coach.
Did everybody get horse heads?
I don't know. That is a great question. I had a story today that the Houston Texans are going to be interrupted by the World Cup.
Yep.
And they may have to move around a little bit while they're training or doing whatever that is they're going to have to do. Interesting story. We'll hear about it. We'll talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right. just right. Y'all gotta try that for Breeze Car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency. On low for Breeze Car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy for Breeze. La 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 la.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Shunt Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob.
You know, it's going to be a big summer with the World Cup action. I know a lot of people are geeked up about that. World Cup happening here at Jerry World, at NRG in Houston, in Mexico. I mean, I guess all over the United States and Mexico. But it's a big deal.
It is, and obviously with things going on in Mexico, there is some concern. In fact, on Twitter, a New York Post tweet, mass graves found scattered around Mexican soccer stadiums slated to host World Cup games. I don't know why I'm surprised by that. I'm not.
Mass graves.
Uh-huh.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I mean, with the violence that's taking place over there right now, it's a concern for some of these teams, and obviously the fans that want to go and watch these games. So,
World Cup. No, there's a bunch of you listening right now that are geeked up and can't wait, and then there's people like Joe and I that once it gets here, I think I'll catch World Cup fever.
I think so. I mean, I watched some of it the last time around.
I do. I get into soccer every 4 years. But, like, my anticipation at this point is I know it's coming. But, I mean, am I making plans to try to go to games? I know some that are trying to get tickets, and that's not me. Although, when it gets here, if we have the opportunity, hell yeah. You know, I know there's up in Dallas going to be this huge World Cup radio row, and if we get to go, I mean, absolutely, that'd be fun. But, like, right now, like, tell me when the brackets or the groups are out, and are the groups out?
I don't think so yet. But I don't know that for a fact. The United States men's team always kind of sucks, though.
True.
I mean, they never do. I don't know. Maybe it's the since we're celebrating the 250th year and we had the men and the women win gold in hockey. Maybe this time around the men's team will.
You think they're miraculously going to get good?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps. Well, I mean, the men haven't won gold in hockey in 46 years, and they did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a coincidence?
June 11th through July 19th will be a FIFA World Cup.
It's a long time.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
A lot of games.
A lot of games.
Championship game up in New York. But Houston will be affected. The Houston Texans will be affected. At a big old event yesterday where the Texans were showing off where their new world headquarters are going to be, and everything that's going along with it. The artist renderings look incredible. They are building essentially what you've seen other teams do. A lot of you have probably been up to Frisco, and you see where the Cowboys have built their facility, and they've got, there's all kinds of events, all kinds of high school games in that stadium. Basketball, all kinds of stuff in that little mini stadium. Then, of course, they've got their practice fields, and then that bar district right there. What Houston is doing is very similar.
Yep.
But it ain't built yet. And so Cal McNair yesterday was asked, hey, with the World Cup coming, that kind of puts you out, doesn't it?
So we're moving a lot of our activities out and trying to plan our way around it. And we'll do our best, and we'll still have the team ready to play, but it'll be a challenge. But we're glad FIFA's here. It's wonderful for the city. We totally embrace it, and we will figure it out. But it's going to be a challenge.
The team moving to another site for those days? Like maybe the gym or the...
I don't know that we have all those plans worked out yet. Yeah, we'll figure out somewhere to work out. We will. I promise. Don't worry.
All right, thank you, guys.
The Alamo Dome's available.
Well, that's it. So is Trinity, I would assume.
I would assume so. They're the Oilers' old home. It does affect them because, you're looking at mini camps. You're looking at, OTAs, stuff like that they're going to have to move around and find a new place for it. And look, I'm sure there are plenty of places in Houston where they can do that. It's only, 2-3 days. So,
well, I just Googled World Cup games in Houston, and it looks like there's a lot of them actually in Houston. Is that right? So, June 14th, Germany against, somebody. June 17th, Portugal against TBD. June 20th, Netherlands against TBD. June
TBD team's pretty good, I guess. I mean, damn, playing everybody.
Well, it's group play. I'm not really sure. So they've got games on July 4th, June 29th, June 26th, June 23rd. So probably a June mini camp. But also the Texans weight room is at NRG Stadium. That's not going to be available. I can't imagine that all those guys are going to work out a deal with Planet Fitness. So where are they going to go for a mini camp? Do they need to look at unbiased San Antonio? Let's go unbiased. And do they need to go to Austin? Do they need to get out of Houston and have a traveling road show while Houston is going to be consumed with the World Cup?
You know what? It's a pretty good idea if you're the Houston Texans to get out and go somewhere, try to build the fan base outside of the city of Houston in Harris County. I don't know. I think coming to San Antonio would be outstanding. They had their mini camp last year on June 10th and 11th. So with the calendar you just read, that wouldn't be affected, would it? If they had it around the same time?
Well, the first game looks like it's June 14th, but I imagine the World Cup will take over well before that. I mean, at what point does the World Cup come in and take over? It's like the rodeo road trip for the Spurs. They're kicked out of their building, at least for games, more so than just 2 days before, because you got to come in and change everything. So I don't know when that would be, but, and I know they did a training camp one time, the Greenbrier, West Virginia. I don't know that they'll do that for a mini camp.
No. I wouldn't think. There's places around Houston that they're going to be able to do. I mean, there's some big high schools that they could probably do that on.
Or some of the colleges there.
Or something like that. So I don't think they'll have an issue. I mean, they just have to move everything. Now, like Jerry does when going to California for training camp, they move their entire weight room, or they have a weight room that is
portable.
Movable.
Yep.
Yeah. I think portable.
The expense that Jerry has to go do training camp. Now, granted, they make money. Don't get me wrong. They make money, but it's expensive, and it's not an easy task. That's why you've seen so many of these teams stop traveling for training camp and doing it at their home facilities, which is what Houston has done since their existence. But their home facility is also at the stadium. The stadium has other events, and that puts them out. So they've got to have another facility to call their own. Like the Cowboys, yeah, they have Jerry World, but their practice facility is somewhere else. It was the same thing when they had Valley Ranch and playing at Texas Stadium. You don't practice where you play. The Houston Texans have always had that one facility. That obviously is going to change, and they're spending that money because they need to change it. So, again, if I'm Houston, if I'm the McNairs, am I trying to do some outreach in the state of Texas? Am I trying to go to San Antonio, go to Austin, go to Corpus, go, what's a little bit closer to Louisiana to try to steal some of those fans, right? That's what they need to do. It'd be curious to see what they ultimately announce, because Cal didn't sound like he really wanted to answer that. And you could hear towards the end of that PR guy, all right, let's go, everybody, because either he wasn't prepared for that or wasn't prepared to make whatever announcement that they're going to do. I got to believe as soon as they knew there was the World Cup coming that they put together a plan on what is going to happen. They just haven't announced it yet. But you can't tell me we're in February, everybody's at the Combine, and mini camps in June, they don't know what their plan is. They know what their plan is. They're just not ready to announce it.
Yeah, absolutely. They know what their plan is. My question is, or my concern for them coming to San Antonio or even Austin, I mean, it's such a heavy Cowboy presence. And I know things have changed, but last time the Oilers were here at Trinity, man, if there were 20 people out there watching practice, I'd be surprised. And I know that because I used to go out and cover them, being the Oiler fan that I am. I loved going out there. And we're talking about some good football teams. These weren't the Oilers that were finishing last. These were good football teams that were coming here for training camp. And so is it worth it for them? I mean, I know they want to try, but I don't know.
They did that outreach trip for the playoffs. And they brought out a former player in Marcus Coleman on a Saturday morning and had, 800 people show up?
Yeah.
Which is more than what used to go watch the Oilers in training camp. And you had a Warren Moon out there. You had an Eddie George out there. You had all kinds of stars. So I do think if they were to come here and practice and have that open, you would have a hell of a turnout. You would. There's enough stars on that Houston Texans team where I do think they would have a solid turnout. It wouldn't be an embarrassment or not worth it for the Houston Texans.
I'm all for it. Come and join us here in the fine city of San Antonio. Texas Tech could have a problem with their quarterback.
Yeah.
There's an issue, and look, I'm so happy to hear about universities pushing back on some of these players that just don't honor contracts, and that's what's happening here. I want to talk about that, and then there's a kid that you told me about who's Wimby size, and he's in the 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about it when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you own your business, you're the manager, a club leader, and you need a logo on any kind of gear, Sam will get you taken care of. You need your logos on backpacks or something like that, Sam can get that done. T-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. Caps, and Sam has over 25,000 hats and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom just waiting for your logo. And he's got all the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike, Katie caps, Cap America, to name a few. You need your logo on golf shirts, fishing shirts, dress shirts. Sam has all the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Mathew, Under Armour, Port Authority, to name a few. Now carries a full line of Tommy Bahama. Go see Sam. Need uniforms? He's got every kind of uniform you can think of. 700 plus uniform, all kinds of industries, construction, restaurant, medical, you name it, go see Sam. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing at 210-824-3900 or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro. It's about a mile inside Loop 410 right there across from the McDonald's. Or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Friday on the Morning Huddle. Spurs, how did they finish up the week?
Staying on the road. Their rodeo road trip continues. We'll get you ready for all weekend long. Oh, my goodness. We're going to look at the Underwear Olympics. That is the Combine. And, hey, it's Friday. We'll have some fun. Set your alarm. Get here early. Party starts soon.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez. The Texas Chancla has your back.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
All you cool people, you better leave now because it's about. Yeah, it's funny every now and then you see professional golfers, or I'm assuming that guy's a professional golfer, that look just like the rest of us. I always like to see that. Dude trying to hit the ball out of the water twice, and it rolls right back into the water, where if he'd have just taken the penalty stroke, he'd have been fine.
Now, the fact that he has one leg in the water with his shoes and socks off and his pants rolled up, and the other leg is, fine, and then he up the hill and it rolls back down. The frustration.
That's frustrating as hell. It really is.
You ever had that problem?
Yeah. Although I'm not taking the time to take my shoe off and pull my pant leg up and hit it out of the water.
You're just going to take the penalty?
I'm going to take the penalty. Because 9 times out of 10, every now and then you see a spectacular shot by one of those guys. But 9 times out of 10, it turns out just like we just witnessed on that particular video that you had for us.
It's great when you see that happen to the pros. It really was. It Kevin Knott, the Valero Texas Open with a 17 that one time?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you never know.
I mean, I don't know who Kevin Knott is except for that one moment. Because he pulled the Minix on a golf course.
What was the movie with Kevin Costner?
Tin Cup.
Tin Cup, where he's on the last hole, and how many balls did he – I mean, it was just painful to watch the people around him going, dude, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And Cheech from Cheech and Chong was his caddy. Was it Cheech or was it Chong?
It's Cheech.
It was Cheech. He said, dude, we got one ball left.
Dude, it's Tin Cup.
You got one ball left.
One ball left.
That's it.
How did it end?
Well, he hit it on the green.
Perfect.
Hold it.
That's right. So for about what, at 15? I don't know what his score was at the time. He was in the lead, too.
I think it was a 12.
He was in the lead, if I recall that movie.
Mm-hmm. He could have laid up. He could have dropped, pitched up, made the putt, and forced a playoff.
Right. And he didn't do that. It's the way that it goes. It's a good movie. You ever seen that movie?
Rehashing Tin Cup here on the Blitz.
That's right.
94.1 San Antonio Sports.
It's what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
You know, some of us live in the past. Others are looking towards the future. There is video rolling around of an 8th grader shooting baskets in Sweden. Now, he's an 8th grader. It doesn't say how old he is, but 8th graders are what?
13,
14,
maybe,
right?
like that,
13,
yeah.
14. He is 7'4". He is 7'4".
How that? He hasn't even started a growth spurt yet. Now, this dude's going to be 8'10".
He is 7'4", and it's so funny because when you look at the other little kids that are walking around there, they don't come up to his waist.
Are we sure that's not Zach Eady at a event?
No, I mean, it's the internet. It could be wrong, but a 7'4" 8th grader. It was like that dude last year at the University of Florida that was here during the Final Four that, they put the championship sign up and they put the ladder out, and he just took the little placard and put it right up there on top of the rim because he didn't need the ladder because he was, 8, 9 or whatever he was?
Dude, this kid, his parents injected him with something as a baby to make him grow like that.
I mean,
he's 7 foot. He's Wemby's height at 14.
Well, not just that. Look how thick he is.
Yes.
Yeah. Although, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you know, that knee-high eighth grader that just walked by him isn't a good comparison. He looks thick, though.
He does. He's got a jacket on, so maybe.
But, I mean, you know, like his legs look thicker than Wemby's.
They do. Dude, I don't know, man.
You imagine on the 8th grade team, it's him against, I mean.
Well, you wouldn't need anybody else. Just throw him the ball and.
Well, what kind of fun is that?
Well, who cares?
I mean, how do you guard him? Punch him in the nuts and take the foul?
That's what you're going to have to do.
Mean, honestly.
With your head, because that's about where you're at.
Careful. You're reaching up like you're hitting the speed bag.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude.
That's a crazy story.
Well, the question is, have they dropped yet?
Stop.
Well, they may not have.
Well, why would you care? You're talking about a 14-year-old.
Well,
I don't care. It's just
it just sounded
you're talking
creepy,
about
Flag.
going on the speed bag.
James Pledger in the Epstein files. Coming up at 11.
That's kind of with you with the tea bag in Boston. Dude, what's going on, man?
This massive tea bag. If you go to Boston, as they celebrate the Tea Party, they have those out in the water. This massive tea bag. Right there in the water.
They just dip it in there?
That's it. Many times.
Soak in there in the water.
Many times. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on this kid to see if he's real or not. That's just crazy.
What do you think? That's AI video?
No, it looks real, but a lot of things look real these days.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to AI, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a little research on that dude. Where's he, Sweden?
That Joe Reinagle Googling 14-year-old Swedish boys.
I better not do that on the company computer, huh?
Joe Reinagle in the Epstein files. More at 11.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about that? Texas Tech, if you're a Red Raider fan, you might not have I guess you're going to have I don't know how this is going to work, to be honest with you.
Nothing's going to happen.
Well, I hope it does. Look, the University of Cincinnati is suing this kid Sorsby, who is transferred to Texas Tech. They signed him to a $1 million contract, I suppose. So it was $1 million. Texas Tech then came in and offered him $4 to $6 million. So nobody knows. So he said, "Yeah, I'm taking that." So he walks out, told Cincinnati, go jump in a lake. I'm out of here. Well, Cincinnati is suing this kid because they say in the contract that he signed, there's $1 million buyout if he leaves early.
Okay, so he's still going to play for Texas Tech.
He just may have to pay $1 million.
The question is, will he have to pay it? Now, there's been a handful of lawsuits now of guys that have signed and bolted despite what that contract says. I don't think any of these lawsuits have been settled at this point because the NCAA doesn't have any teeth. And so far, the courts apparently haven't made a ruling. It will be interesting to see because the first one was the dude from Georgia who 2 weeks later left.
Yeah.
And Georgia was the first to say, "Dude, we're suing you." Until those go through the process, it will be interesting to see how legally binding are these contracts. They should be. And I know, like in our business, we have what's called non-compete clauses.
Right.
Do they not have non-competes? Because I would think wording in a contract that says not only is there an exit fee, because there is obviously with an exit fee, a buyout fee, you can pay to get out of your deal. They just need to have a non-compete in there. You know, a lot of times in the media business, you can't work in that market for a competing station for 6 months or a year, depending on what that non-compete is. Can't they do the same thing in these contracts with players? You know, you get a non-compete. You can't play for another team, and especially within our same conference, because he went Big 12 to Big 12.
Yeah.
You can't play for another Big 12 team for one season.
Well, it's a contract, and obviously contracts don't mean anything in the world of NIL. You've got to honor this thing, don't you? Or if there's $1 million buyout, you pay $1 million. But this guy gave him birds up when he left. He said, I'm not paying you anything.
Well, again, I'm with you. You signed a contract, be a man and honor your contract. At the same time, when you look at the landscape right now in college football, why would you honor it? Why would you stay knowing there's really no penalty to leave? If they're offering you $1 million and you sign that deal and then somebody offers you $5 million, you're going for $5 million. You're at the point in your life where you're chasing all the money you can.
Can you imagine, though, say, just use a Dak Prescott, signs a $60 million a year deal with the Cowboys, and a year later, I don't know, the Minnesota Vikings come in and say, hey, Dak, we're going to pay you $75 million. See ya, Dallas.
Well, again.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I mean, but the NFL has rules in place, and everybody plays by the rules. And there's penalties if you break the rules. Tampering, right?
Well, then Texas Tech ought to be held accountable. That's what needs to happen.
Again,
it's schools that offer kids that already have contracts, they need to be punished.
But again, do I like that Texas Tech did that? No. Would I like it if Texas did? No. But at the same time, right now, the rules are so fluid and there is no penalty. You know, there's the rules without enforcement. It's like on the golf course. Do you play by the rules or do you use the foot wedge every now and then?
I never use a foot wedge. You do.
It's my best club.
I know.
But, do you ever move the ball?
No.
So it's behind the tree. You don't ever just move it 5 feet.
Why would I do that?
Because
That's
it's
cheating.
It's an easier, like you don't cheat.
I don't cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I have to cheat?
Uh-huh.
I can beat Pledge without cheating.
Uh-huh. I've seen you cheat and still lose to Pledge. But I see Pledge cheating too. So it's all fair. It's all. I've seen Pledge look for a ball for 5 minutes, going over an area like he's a dog looking where he's finding that right sniffer spot so he could squat down, and then all of a sudden he finds his ball, right?
Yeah, it fell out of his pant leg.
It did, right? It happens. And right now, that's kind of what college football is like with the rules. We all know what the rules are, but we can bend them every now and then.
Well, they are. And look, the lawsuit was filed, according to the story, in the U.S. District Court, Southern District of Ohio. The only way this is going to work is if this lawsuit is say Cincinnati loses, they need to take it all the way up to the Supreme Court. And then that would be the law of the land as far as this particular thing goes. But until they do something like that, states are going to go here and there, and everybody's going to want to get the best deal. But until you start holding these schools accountable, UTSA's got a problem.
Yep.
And you've got agents out there that aren't real agents that are representing some of these kids.
And there's that.
And promising them the moon, and it turns out that it's not even half of that. It is so bizarre and so screwed up right now that it's unbelievable. Look, I hope Cincinnati wins this lawsuit. I honestly do, and this kid has to pay them $1 million.
I'd have no problem with that, but by the time this is heard, he'll be a ninth-year senior and hadn't been to class in 3 years, kind of like Carson Beck, which is everything wrong with what we think about with college football. Student-athlete, my ass. They haven't been to school in a long time.
What I'm saying, I don't even know why they make them go to school anymore.
Well, they don't. Ask Carson Beck. Remember, he laughed at that reporter. What's it like in class right now? I've been in class in 2 years.
Exactly.
What? I mean, it just doesn't seem right. Speaking of UTSA football, the American Athletic Conference, or the American Conference today, did announce their schedules. So UTSA's complete 2026 schedule is out. Their home opener, September 5th against UTRGV. Then road games at Texas State and Texas. Home against Colorado State on the 26th. The big ones are the conference games. South Florida will be in the Alamo Dome October 8th. Navy, October 17th. Then at Tulane, at Florida Atlantic. North Texas will be a home game November 14th. At UAB on the 21st. And then Thanksgiving weekend, either the 27th or 28th, will be a home game against Tulsa.
You know, when you look at that schedule, with the exception of Tulane, it looks like most of the, at least compared to last year, the tough teams are going to be inside the Alamo Dome.
Yep.
I mean, when you're looking at a Navy, or you're looking at a Tulsa, or well, I mean, just look at the home schedule. It's pretty tough, and so that's a good thing. because the runners are pretty damn tough inside the Alamo Dome. That's for sure. And Jeff Traylor's doing a hell of a job, and a lot of these coaches are doing a hell of a job having to fight what they're having to fight in college football these days. And just, I can't for the life of me, Minix, I just got to get this out. Understand why traditionalists, Nick Saban, and many of the coaches that are out there complaining about this, that no one can do something about this. What is the problem? I don't understand what the problem is and why nobody has a solution that will stick. Everybody seems to turn their head and hide their eyes and let it go.
Because it's all about the dollars, and all the conference commissioners are doing what's best for their conference and not what's best for the game. None of them looking at the Big Ten and the SEC, willing to give a little for the overall good. That's the problem.
I don't get it. And again, a lot of people are fine with it. I've heard other, national talk show hosts say this is the greatest thing in the world. I just don't think it's sustainable. I just don't, especially when you have shenanigans like this going on, where you can just steal a guy and nothing happens to him.
Somebody said it the other day. We didn't think it was sustainable when people were spending $20 million. Now they're spending $40 and $50 million.
I don't know how it can be, but maybe it can. Maybe it can. And if you're happy with it, well, then so be it. We need to take a break.
Yeah. Getting all fired up.
I need to cool off.
Uh-huh.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Get off my lawn, NCAA. USOBs. We will. We'll take a break. Lots to talk about, including the Cowboys. The red-hot Spurs are red-hot, and they are back in action tonight in Brooklyn. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
30 for 30 presents the Philly Special.
38 seconds to go. We're on the 1 yard line. 4th down. We call timeout.
It was all about the Patriots. They were built for this. Nobody was quite sure what the Eagles were built for.
Right away, the Philly Special jumped in my mind. You want Philly?
My pause was just like,
yeah, let's do it. That's it.
This isn't the play of the game, folks. This is the play of the season.
Stream the Philly Special now on the ESPN app.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
All right, fellas, 2 words for you. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench up? Are you imagining the finger right now? Well, you can relax. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But that's no reason to reclench. When caught early At localized or even regional stage, prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate. Did your tight end just relax? Good. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit relaxitsabloodtest.com to find out if a PSA blood test is right for you. The PSA blood test can be the first step in screening. Talk to your doctor to evaluate your risk, determine when to get tested, and discuss screening options and next steps. That's relaxitsabloodtest.com. Sponsored by Novartis.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
How about those Spurs? 10 straight wins for the Silver and Black. They survived in Toronto last night, holding off the Raptors 110-107. Devin Vassell led the way again with 21 points. Spurs right back at it tonight in Brooklyn. They'll take on the Nets. Tip-off there set for 6:30. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson has been given permission to seek a trade. Richardson, who was the 4th overall pick in 2023, plagued by injuries and supplanted by Danny Dimes.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Glad you're with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We appreciate it. You spend some time with us. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and it's Thursday already. Where'd the week go?
It's almost Friday.
Almost.
I'm ready for the weekend.
You are?
Yeah.
Dude, you've only worked a day this week. Oh, maybe 2.
Or 3.
Okay.
Aren't you ready for the weekend?
I'm always ready for the weekend. That's the greatest song in the world. Who sings that song? Working for the Weekend?
Loverboy.
Yeah. Dude, that was the greatest song ever because that's exactly what everybody's doing.
Mike Reno.
Working for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing. Pretty happy about that.
You'd probably go see Loverboy, huh? That's in your wheelhouse.
I might go see them. Didn't you say that, you say Foreigner was coming to town?
Foreigner's coming.
Yeah, the Majestic Theater, which is weird.
Well, it's a sit-down show.
No. I wouldn't be sitting down.
It's Foreigner.
Well, they can.
I mean, you could be standing, but some little old lady that goes to Lane Bryant's going to be behind you yelling at you to sit down.
I don't give a damn what they say. I don't care.
Oh, sorry. Let me sit down.
Yeah.
That's what happened at the Beach Boys.
That'd be kind of
we were standing, and the people behind us
got pissed off.
They got pissed off, and you sat down.
Dude, I don't. Well, the Beach Boys. I'm not sure there's a lot to stand up for, is there?
Yeah.
Surfing USA.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah, let's stand up and dance.
Mm-hmm. Break a hip.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I don't know. That was fun show. Wasn't Trombone Shorty there too?
Yeah.
At the
that was a stand-up show.
That was.
Yeah.
And then we saw him again with Jelly Roll.
Mm-hmm. In New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
That was a stand-up show.
That was.
Well, mainly because there were no seats. At least not for us.
No.
In the theater where we were at in New Orleans at the Madden party.
Dak Prescott had a seat.
Yeah, the balcony, it was more like the Aztec Theater. So there was this huge balcony, and all these celebrities had tables up there, and they were very much in the spotlight a lot. You know, you'd point up and say, Dak Prescott is there, or, you know, there is Jerry Rice in the building, or, you know, all these, you know, and then everybody else was down on the floor, which was far better. It was very cool because at one point Shabuzi was going through the crowd and went right by us.
He did.
Old Shabuzi.
Well, they were carrying him, right?
No, he was walking.
He was?
He was.
Oh. I thought he was tall.
No. He's taller than you when he's on a stage.
Well, sure. Shabuzi.
Mm-hmm.
Going to see him in Houston.
I know. You're a big fan.
How about that? Big fan.
You're a big fan.
Yeah.
He's got two songs that you know, and they both sound the same. You thought he played the same song twice.
Well, exactly. The bar song that he's got is, you know, it's pretty catchy.
Well, yeah, especially when you're drinking.
And then he's got another one that's out. And
it sounds just like the bar song.
I don't know.
You thought it was the same song.
I mean, the dude's big enough to get invited to the Houston rodeo.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't come to San Antonio.
He didn't. I mean, so Shabuzi is so big. Reinagel is taking a day off to go see Shabuzi in Houston.
Well, did I mention I was told that was going to happen?
He loves Houston.
You were told.
I was told.
You have no choice here.
This is what's
going
happening.
Against his will.
This is what's happening.
He's been voluntold.
Exactly. And so I said, yes, honey.
Yes, dear.
Whatever you want, I'll put in for that day right now. So, yeah, we're going. It's Courtney and her husband had bought us tickets. That was nice of them to do that. And so we're going to see Shabuzi.
Wow, man. I probably shouldn't bring this up, but what the hell? So Courtney and her husband bought the tickets.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, I know Joe Reinagel. Are these Joe Reinagel tickets?
I don't know where they're at.
See, so now you're going to see Shabuzi, who, if you looked at the rodeo lineup, probably wouldn't have been in the top 5, 6, or 8 that Reinagel would pay money to go see.
I don't know who else is coming to that.
It doesn't matter. I don't care who else is playing there. I'm just guessing. I know the Houston rodeo, and I know you, and now you might be not in Reinagel type seats.
Well, especially considering John at Awesome Tickets hooked us up for the what's his name show,
Russell Dickerson.
Yeah, that guy. And I mean, we had great seats. They were like right there. You could almost. I mean, the dirt was coming up.
Well, that's. I mean. What he does. And when you say hooked up, he sold you really good seats.
Yes. But he could have sold them for a lot higher price, I'm assuming. But it was very reasonable, and it was nice, and we had a great time.
Well, sort of, until Russell Dickerson came on.
Well, for the
but
first
that's
half,
not John's fault.
For the first half of his little concert, it sucked.
Yep.
The second half was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beer was flowing. So now you not only are you having to go to Houston, which is always a joy for you, and you're going to Shabuzi.
Sure. We know I'll have a good time. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have fun.
But what if your seats aren't Reinagel?
I'm still going to have fun. They're going to have a bar close by. Maybe I'll just go stand in there. I mean, it's like the San Antonio.
You need binoculars.
It's like the San Antonio rodeo. They had the nice little bar area where we were. We stood in there for a little while.
Well, sure.
It's nice.
If you have seats that are close to said bar.
Sure.
You don't know that you're going to have that in Houston.
I have no clue what I'm going to do. But you can't look a gift horse in the mouth, Minix, and say, well, hey, can you tell me where those seats are, and I'll see if they're appropriate or not. What are you going to do? I'll go. I'll smile. I'll have a great time. Lots of drinks. Because the good news is, see, Courtney, our daughter, is pregnant. So she's the designated driver. I can have as much to drink as I want. It's awesome. Perfect. I will have a good time. You know I will.
Did you get parking?
I don't know.
I think Joe's going to have to pay for.
Come to think of it, may be an Uber. I don't know. I've never been to the Houston rodeo. Where is it? Is it
NRG?
Is it Toyota?
No, it's NRG.
Is it NRG?
NRG.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you may be way up where we were at for Super Bowl 38.
Could be.
Those steps are brutal.
But also, though, Courtney knows she's pregnant.
Now, how do you know they're brutal? You sit up there for Texans games?
I've been up there for one before, yes.
Wow.
It is, watch your step on the way down. You could be coming down a lot faster than
I
you
would
want.
imagine so. Yeah, I've been in stadiums and arenas like that where it's just ridiculous. I mean, you're staring down.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
I know. Hope it doesn't rain. Fred's reminding us all that, that roof has been leaking a lot over there at NRG.
The thing I worry about in Houston is the humidity, and it is hotter than hell.
Well, yeah.
How pregnant is Courtney?
Well, by that,
Pregnant?
she's due in July, so.
Is she taking pictures like Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld?
Oh, good Lord.
No. What is it? What is it about kids today? I mean, honestly, I know that sounds old, but it's like, get off my lawn. You know, we didn't have pictures taken of pregnant women in bikinis and stuff.
Well, because you didn't have camera phones then. You weren't going to waste the film or go process it back in your day.
I could pull up my daughter Casey's Instagram.
Stop.
And I bet there's about 100 pictures.
Oh, there's more than 100.
There's
more than 100.
Of no shirt, big belly.
Well, she's her boobs are covered. She's got a bra
that's
on
what I'm
or
saying.
whatever.
Yes, right.
I mean,
no shirt,
no
big belly.
shirt.
But the belly is
what?
Well, she got huge.
What?
It was out there. It's huge.
She's pregnant.
Yeah,
big as
she
a
was.
house.
Holy cow!
Yes,
and she has a little girl who small, tiny little girl. How the hell does your belly get that big? I don't understand it.
For the father of 5 daughters,
Dude.
5. You act like you've never been around pregnant peoples before.
Well, I didn't take pictures of the belly every day.
Again, back then, your Ansel Adams type phones were or phones, cameras. It wasn't a thing.
Well,
now you can do a photo shoot on your iPhone.
No social media either, so I guess that's the issue.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Your kids are older than MySpace.
I'll have to show you one day.
We've seen them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, you're a proud dad.
Well, I am, yes.
Every day it's like, what is this?
Yeah, it's like, cover that belly, girl. Cover that thing. I told her one time.
Stop.
I wanted to go to the beach with her while she was pregnant. I put a chair right underneath that belly. I wouldn't get a ray of sunshine.
Wow.
She was huge.
Wow.
Huge.
Wow.
Still adorable.
I mean, you're not
still
lying,
adorable,
but you
though.
can't say that
Still
out loud.
Adorable. I just did.
Oh.
To thousands of people listening across this gorgeous city and then all over Central and South Texas.
Casey, I'm sorry.
Beautiful baby girl, though. She's awesome. Just turned 7 months already.
7 months
Isn't
already?
that crazy?
Wow.
That's nuts.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, she's almost old enough to hang out with you.
Almost.
I mean, I know you won't want them until she's potty trained, but, you're close to having to babysit.
Well, it doesn't matter if she's potty trained or not. I'm not changing anything.
Well, but getting left with Grandpa alone won't happen until she's out of a diaper. If Maggie's there, sure, but...
Well, yeah, not me. That kid can just go around that diaper for 3 days. Same one.
You did that with the boy, man. Don't do that again. Yeah. Don't do that with the little girl.
Come on. I'm a damn good grandpa. Damn good grandpa.
You keep telling yourself that.
Who really enjoys
not being around grandkids.
I don't mind as long as they're, just there for a little while. They come over for a Sunday afternoon.
Well, what do you have, like a 3-hour limit?
No.
You got like one of them parking meters?
No.
But 2.5 hours of that needs to be a nap?
Yeah, you kind of have hints, though. It's like, boy, I'm tired. It's been a long day.
It's 6:30 p.m., sir.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when Pledge is at the house. When I'm ready for Pledge to go home, he doesn't get any social cues like that. I mean, my wife can go to bed.
Uh-huh.
And the kitchen is getting cleaned and,
Still there?
You got to play closing time 3 times. He's like, hey, did you want me to leave?
You're still drinking? I'm still drinking.
You see that?
But
So you
I'm
get to
still
stop
drinking because you're drinking. You can't drink alone.
Sure he can.
There's a song about that.
Yeah, you can't drink alone.
Can't drink alone.
I have no issue doing that. I can drink alone just fine.
Me too.
I got no problem
If somebody else is there, though.
Sometimes prefer that.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying, though, if somebody is there
I got you.
and they're drinking, you've got to drink with them.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Hey, San Antonio Spurs. We have a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page that you need to go because it's very close right now.
Yep.
The question is, will the Spurs win it all? Not can they, not maybe will they. Will they? Call your shot right now. Will the Spurs win it all? Do you think that they have what it takes to go all the way through June and hoist up the Larry O'Brien at the end? It is Larry O'Brien, yeah? And put another banner up in the rafters of the Frost Bank Center. Go there, vote in our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. We're going to talk about their latest victory. A squeaker last night up in the Great White North of Toronto. They get the dub despite another clunker from Victor Wembanyama. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spurs are playing tonight. Best place to go watch that game is at the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. With those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. And when you get into the Rue Pub, go hungry. The food, incredible. They love the fried shrimp over there. They have the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu. The chicken sandwiches, the hot dogs, the appetizers, even the salads, I'm told, are wonderful. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. It's also crawfish boil season. $20 all you can eat crawfish. The next one coming up at the Rue Pub is March 14th, which is also a great holiday and perfect for a day of crawfish boil, if you know what I mean. The Ingram Bar Group has their next crawfish boil March 8th over at the Skinny Pig. Again, $20 all you can eat. The Rue Pub, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and, of course, the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Taking the kayaks out on the lake, hot dogs on the grill, and your sister's boyfriend pulling out his acoustic guitar.
Everyone quiet! Harrison's playing. Wow, you're so good, Harrison.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Here in San Antonio in the Hill Country, our water is hard. It's harsh like some accents.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Now that's harsh. At the same time, those that know have a Connecticut quality water softener and enjoy smooth, soft, pure, clean water like this.
Tú eres mi luz en la oscuridad.
Hard, harsh water.
Hey, use with the face.
Soft water.
El amor es como el agua que nunca se seca.
If you don't have a Connecticut water softener, you're basically inviting hard water into your home to beat up your appliances, hot water heater, and every pipe in your home. And if you can't live without your coffee maker, hard water damages it too. Call me for a free in-home water evaluation at 656 Pure.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE.
Connecticut is simply the best water softener you can buy, and that's why we say it's the last water softener you'll ever own.
License number 38961.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Friday on the Morning Huddle. Spurs, how did they finish up the week?
Staying on the road. Their rodeo road trip continues. We'll get you ready for all weekend long. Oh, my goodness. We're going to look at the underwear Olympics that is the Combine. And, hey, it's Friday. We'll have some fun. Set your alarm. Get here early. Party starts soon.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio.
All right, you got to stay tuned. We have a big announcement coming up at about 5:30 or so, 5:35, that we're excited about. So just keep that in mind. Big announcement coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1, about 5:35 or so.
Yep.
Going to be a lot of fun. I'm Joe. He's Jason. Happy you're here. Happy the Spurs are doing what they're doing.
You look at last night's game, win number 10. The Spurs were not good for 3 quarters. Wemby, another tough offensive outing. Defense has been great, and that is one thing that has been consistent. His defense is always solid, even if his offensive game isn't there. But for him to be 0 at halftime was a bit of a surprise. And he made some shots, obviously, in the fourth quarter. But in reality, these last 2 games offensively for Wemby have been ugly.
Well, certainly less than Wemby-like. That's for sure. But the good news is he's getting picked up, and his teammates are coming to his rescue. Devin Vassell, for the second consecutive game, has been hot from downtown. And that's a good thing. De'Aaron Fox was good last night. Dylan Harper was good last night. He had his moments, his youth moments. But again, and I have a feeling this is something we're going to see as we continue throughout the season. And people are trying to figure out a way to bottle up Wemby offensively. I mean, they're trying. They try to get physical with him. And I think Wemby has kind of overcome that, although they're still going to do that. But last night, Toronto, I thought, did a great job on Wemby, just denying him the basketball and making it difficult on his teammates to get him the ball in certain spots, especially inside. So I think that's going to become a trend.
It is. And, again, he was 3 of 12 and finished with 12 points. And, you know, the other surprising stat for me is not only just the 3 of 12, but he only had 8 rebounds, too. Which is odd, but I mean, you look at some of the other stuff that he was able to do. I mean, he did have 5 blocks in that game, including one where I'm not still sure exactly how he blocked that one. And I don't even know he blocked. He just stole it. It was just, it was late in the fourth quarter, and he was trying to go underneath and avoid him, and he still just stuck his arm out and snatched the ball. Like, what the hell just happened, right? And I was watching a feed from Toronto and listening to the Raptors announcers in awe of what they were seeing from Wemby and distraught that Toronto couldn't take advantage of the Spurs' mistakes down the stretch, especially at the free throw line, because they were awful at the free throw line the entire game, missed 10, but they were awful in the fourth quarter down the stretch. I mean, that was a 3-point win, 110-107, that shouldn't have been that close, but they couldn't make their free throws.
Well, yeah, I mean, but keep in mind, they went into the fourth quarter down 12.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they played a hell of a fourth quarter just to rally back and take the lead and eventually win the game. And again, that's what's important. But it's something to watch, I think, as we move forward throughout the remainder of the regular season and then certainly into the playoffs, how teams are going to play against Wemby. Now, they've got Brooklyn tonight. Again, unless the Spurs are just tired and not thinking, they should roll in this game. It shouldn't be an issue. Brooklyn is already out of the season. They're tanking. They're going for ping pong balls
they
at
are.
This point in time. So the Spurs shouldn't have an issue tonight with this. And if that's the case, 11 in a row, undefeated for the month of February, that's incredible.
And then they will get some rest because, last night they looked a little bit tired. And one of the concerns going into last night's game, and we talked about it, a little bit of a hangover after that big win over Detroit.
Yep.
And for 3 quarters, it kind of looked that way. But as Mitch Johnson said, that fourth quarter, they kind of settled in and started playing their game.
We had some obvious breakdowns in terms of game plan execution defensively. Offensively, gave us some trouble, obviously. Very physical team, apply pressure. They do a great job trying to speed you up and typically punish you for playing isolation basketball because they're so good on the ball and they swarm 2 people that dribble. And I thought we didn't let the ball move a few times tonight, and they made us pay, apparent by the points they got off our turnovers. But I did think we settled in when we really had to, especially start that fourth quarter there and started to play our brand of basketball.
Look, that's what good teams do. That's what championship teams do. Even if you're not playing well for the first 3 quarters, you step it up in the fourth, you come out of there and you get the W. And I tell you what, to me, that is a sign of a team that certainly believes they're never out of a game. That's for sure. And a team that said, look, we're going to bear down and we're going to win this basketball game. And they did.
The idea that earlier this season, I think that's a loss. Last year, that's definitely a loss.
Right.
The way they have progressed and the way Wemby is playing, I know most of us have said, I know I've said, I don't know if this team can win a championship this year because they don't have any playoff battle scars. They haven't been through that. But they are getting playoff tested right now. Wemby is getting playoff physicality played against him and struggling, but the team is still winning. We've seen Wemby learn and adjust, and I think he will learn and adjust, and he needs to get some rest. He talked about that. He needs to get some rest. But at the same time, Dylan Harper last night, he had a fantastic game, but he was not good down the stretch. Why was he in there? Well, I mean, Mitch said he earned those minutes, but also he'll learn from the mistakes he made, missing 2 free throws. But a lot of times you see a guy miss 2 free throws in a clutch situation like that, and his reaction might not be chase the basketball. He got that rebound. So the missed free throws damn near cost the Spurs, but the rebound saved the Spurs. I think that was a great learning experience for a young player in Dylan Harper.
Look, he's going to be a great player. The hustle that he showed and the scenario you're talking about was fantastic. Now, he was in the game late, though, because Castle was a little bit dinged up. And so was Keldon Johnson, was a little bit dinged up. And earned the minutes, sure, but I think push come to shove, if you're Mitch Johnson, Steph Castle would have been in the ball game if he was able to do that. Both of those guys apparently available tonight, but they are listed as questionable. So we'll see how Mitch decides to do that and to play that. But again, Brooklyn, they're tanking.
They are.
They're done.
I mean, it should be an easy win, but don't say that out loud.
Well, it should be an easy win.
Brooklyn's 15-42.
Exactly.
The Spurs are 42-16. Ideally, get out to a big lead and get those guys some rest. And you look at what Vic is doing and the minutes that he is playing, which isn't much. That's the incredible thing, especially when you look over this win streak and you look at what San Antonio is doing as a team. I mean, there were some crazy stats over their last 10 games. Spurs are first in the NBA in points per game, first in the NBA in assists per game. What was that? First in blocks. 10-0 record, which they're, it's nuts what the San Antonio team has been doing, which is why I think their outlook on what they can actually do in the postseason is changing, which is why our poll question on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, will the Spurs win it all? Right now it's 53-47. Now, obviously, a lot of Spurs homers, and there's some realistic, but I don't know which group is, because I still think you've got to go through some playoff battles, but I don't know that I'd be shocked right now, the way this team is playing, if they weren't having a parade in June.
Well,
I said shocked.
Sure.
I didn't think it was possible a month ago.
Well, no.
Now it's possible.
And certainly not to start saying how it's possible to get the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
2 games behind Oklahoma City at this point in time, because they lost to Detroit last night. And I think that would be huge for the Spurs to grab that number 1 seed, to have home court advantage throughout the playoffs. Is it enough? Look, what concerns me about the Spurs, and maybe it's a concern I shouldn't have, but you've watched enough playoff basketball, I've watched enough playoff basketball, that it is completely different than a game against Toronto at the end of February.
Sure.
It's completely different. Everything is ratcheted up. It gets more physical. The officials let some things go sometimes, depending on the officiating crew you have. But it's a different game. It is a different game. And if you're not ready for that, you can get in trouble. And we'll see if the Spurs are ready for that. But it is certainly a different animal than just regular season basketball at the end of February. So they're going to be there. So either way, whether they get to the finals or not, they're going to get some valuable playoff experience, and that's going to help this team grow as we move on. But certainly can't rule out the fact that, yes, they certainly can win it all. The way this team is playing and as deep as they are, that you can't put anything past them, not at all. When we come back, the Combine is still going on, and a lot of Cowboy talk as usual, because not just from the Cowboys, from everybody. Whether it's Brandon Aubrey, George Pickens, I don't know, the wallpaper on the wall at the Star in Frisco. It doesn't matter as long as it has Cowboys attached to it. Folks are talking about it, and we will as well when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, we're just talking about the Spurs playing tonight against the Brooklyn Nets, and I got a place for you to go check out and watch that game. Novo Brewery. All right, I want you to go check this place out. You got to do this for me. It is attached to North Star Mall. It's got its own entrance, though. You don't have to go into the mall. You park your car, you walk right in the Novo entrance right there. They're open late hours. They're not tied to mall hours. And this place is fantastic. There's not a bad seat in the house. They have TVs all over the place. In fact, 8 massive LED screens, over 80 feet of LED video walls. So you will get a good spot, and you're going to want to go there and have dinner, because the food is absolutely fantastic. They've got everything from ribeye steaks all the way down to, I don't know, chicken wings. They got it all. So whatever you want, it is a full menu. The burgers are fantastic. And I'm going to tell you what, the French fries might be the best I've had in ever. The seasoning they use is incredible, and it just tastes fantastic. So you got to get an order of fries as well. Plus, they've got 60 craft beers, Brazilian beers, but they've also got regular beer too. So you've got a big choice. And they've got an open bar, a full bar that you can choose from if you'd rather have a cocktail. Look, get in there. It is a great space. It will accommodate any size group. It is your new sports destination. Very first location in Texas. Go check them out. You can check them out right now on your computer at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express-News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
Hey, it's time to shoot your shot on PrizePicks and get $50 instantly in lineups. It's easy to do when you play your first $5. That's right. PrizePicks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play for your first 5. PrizePicks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. PrizePicks. It's always so good to be right. I've played PrizePicks for years now. You know why? Because I can play my players the more or less, and I can combine my favorite sports, football, basketball, hockey. No matter what they can play, I can pick the more or less and get it down. And with a new feature alert, PrizePicks has early payouts. That's right. If your player gets off to a hot start, you know you have an option to cash out early. Get those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on PrizePicks. It's easy to find the social feeds. You can listen to those you trust or be the trusted. That's right. PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks today right now and use the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Remember the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups every time you play for the first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's so good to be right.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com. And get ready for the workday.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is
Back here on a Thursday, this is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And, the NFL Combine going on. We just saw Trey Moore run a pretty good-looking 4.5440. Shaved a tenth of a second off of his first run.
You know, it's interesting when you think about the 40 and seeing the former Smithson Valley Ranger do that. Very, very cool. I just saw RG3 tweeted out something earlier about some of these big guys and how fast they're running 40s, and you wonder why the quarterback position has changed in the NFL. There's some big dudes that have wheels. I mean, they are fast. And I always look at the 40. I know we talk about this every year at the Combine. You know, the 40 started way back because back then punts averaged about 40 yards.
Yep.
And who could get down there fast enough to make a tackle? Because when do you really run 40 yards? When is a big dude like that going to sprint 40 yards on a football field?
When he's chasing a running back.
After 10, he's given up. Let the safety get him.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
But also, the underwear Olympics part of it. I would like to see what their 40 times are in pads.
Right.
Run these drills in pads.
Yeah.
You know, you don't play football in that. How fast are you with your helmet, your shoulder pads, all the other paddings that you might have? How fast are you then?
Well, look, I don't think it's about that, right? It's not. It's about how athletic are these guys. And we all know that even the big guys are going to be fast, relatively speaking. And so I guess it's just about this. The Combine is weird because there's a lot more players not participating in the Combine or not doing some things in the Combine that they feel that it either hurts them and maybe not help them all the way around. So I don't know, Jason. It's a weird deal to look at this and you say, are you going to go with your draft pick, or maybe a guy like Trey Moore moves up from a 4th-round pick to a 3rd-round pick because of what he does in there? I don't know.
Well,
it's weird.
Again, it's what are you looking for? I mean, because what RG3 had tweeted out was about the Oklahoma defensive lineman Grayson Halton, who is 6'3" and 293 pounds. Dude ran a 4.83. He also had a 36.5 vertical. The 294-pound dude from Penn State, his 40 time, NFL Network matched it up, and is faster than Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott. And he weighs 300 pounds from when they ran at the Combine, right? I think I need my quarterback faster than the fat guys.
I don't know, man. These fat guys can run.
Well,
now.
That's the scary part.
It really is scary, especially for Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott. It's really scary for those guys. So, but it's fun to watch. I enjoy watching, especially when they're doing the 40 times and stuff like that. So it's interesting to watch. But you know, the real stuff is going on behind the scenes. That's when the agents are talking to guys like Jerry Jones and Cal McNair and people like that. And so that's where the deals are made, or certainly a lot of them either made or getting started.
Or as you're prepping for the draft. Now, Will McClay, the Cowboys de facto GM, the vice president of player personnel, he was on 105.3 The Fan, and you know, they asked him a really good question because they're hearing you might fall in love with some guy's 40 time or his vertical or his broad jump. What gets evaluators in trouble as you get ready for the draft?
What gets a drafter in trouble? Traits. Traits get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to understand how the traits are used.
Right.
Traits are nothing if you don't know what to do. Well, that's a big part of it. And, you know, I learned a new phrase that has stuck with me through CP and the defensive group, and they say their brain works. Okay, it's a very simple term, but when you watch it, you say, oh, this guy's brain works. And you can see the movement, you can see the different things. And so it comes in different shapes and sizes. But if their brain works and they can manipulate and understand the 53 and 100 and situational, you have a chance. And that's very hard because there's a lot of players that have traits, that are these guys that have to fit into something. And so you have to learn it. You have to become an expert at it. Then it has to become natural for those traits to show up.
You know, what a great point that is. And I don't think we think about that enough, but he brings that up. Look, all of these guys are athletic. All of these guys can do and play football, but what's in between the ears? And how do they think of the game and look at the game and strategize the game? To me, that's a huge deal and so much more important than a guy running a fast 40-yard dash.
It is so true and ironic hearing that from Will McClay. I had a meeting earlier today over with the San Antonio Gunslingers and talking to their coach because they have a 1-week training camp and then a week to get ready for their first game. And he talked about there are guys that will get cut because they're not absorbing stuff fast enough, so they're on the football field thinking. So you want to get them plays and stuff earlier because, you know, you might be athletic, but if you can't process it, you can't play, right? And at the combine, yeah, man, you look good. You've got all the traits in the world. How many times have you seen, you know, I mean, he's got all the measurables, and I think traits is just a different word for measurables. So what caused him from working out? And sometimes would you rather take a guy that maybe his measurables or his traits aren't as strong as somebody else, but the smarts are way ahead? And there are players out there, you know, former teammate here at 94.1, Dat Wynn was that way. Didn't have the measurables, but there wasn't a smarter football player out there.
Yeah, and look, you look at some of the greats, or all of the greats you could probably make a case for. All of them understood the game and understood how to play the game. It's not just about I'm more athletic than you, because you get the NFL and everybody's pretty close. I mean, there are some standouts, obviously, but what you have between the ears is so much more important, and that's what makes the difference. And so I think what Will McClay just said is huge. I mean, I wasn't thinking about that. When you're sitting here watching these guys run their 40-yard dash, well, he's athletic or he's fast, but what does he have between the ears? And that's so much more important than anything else.
And to a degree, every football guy you know, they'll start drawing stuff on the grease board. And I think a lot of us have probably seen like Gruden's quarterback school, all that kind of stuff, right? Because you're seeing, does this guy truly understand? Well, what are they doing? You know, everybody's got to love football if you're in this business, loving football and all that. But do you understand football? And it's so key. Now, Will McClay was also asked on 105.3 The Fan, highest rated player, BPA or position of need?
It's tough. It depends on who's got the card.
You got the card.
I think you're never one player away, and so you always try and take the best player. But there's, you know, people talk about the draft, position of need, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
When you draft, you're doing both. You're trying to find the best player, and you're always considering position of need. And so when you rank them, and you have to go through the process, at least we feel like you go through every year and you grade guys the same way. At every position, you don't typically change. You don't want to change the value of something because you need it, because then you end up reaching for something. And, you know, when you reach for something, sometimes stuff falls on your head.
That's very true. But, I mean, think about it. The Cowboys are pretty well, I mean, they like the shiny objects. CeeDee Lamb was not a position of need.
No.
At the time they drafted him, but that's turned out pretty well for them. Micah Parsons, they got lucky. They got lucky with. They wanted a cornerback, and Parsons fell to them. So you just never know how the draft is going to go, and guys that you like and that are good players and fit a need may be taken ahead of you. And so you have to adjust and figure out what is what are you going to do after that?
It's because, again, do you pass up a guy like CeeDee Lamb? That worked out. Micah Parsons, they got lucky. Well, the corners that they wanted turned out to be pretty good, right?
Yeah,
it's
they did.
It's not like they got lucky in the sense of, man, they dodged a bullet because Denver stole the guy they wanted, and that guy turned out to be a bust. Because if there's a guy sitting there that you think could be a Hall of Famer, but I don't really need that guy, and he turns out to have a Hall of Fame career, you kick yourself.
Sure.
And, and then outside of that, it's picking right. Cowboys picked Taco Charlton, and then T.J. Watt went off the board.
I don't know. Who was after Mozzie Smith?
Somebody better than Mozzie Smith.
Look, but everybody's got those stories.
Sure.
It's not just the Cowboys. Everybody has had a draft screw up or drafting a guy because the draft, again, it's 50-50 at best. I don't care where you're drafting. It's 50-50 at best that these guys are going to make it. A lot of them do, but a lot of them don't. And so that's what makes the draft so fascinating to me, is that you pick the guy you think is the guy that can help you, the best pick available, whatever the case may be. And again, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and it's fascinating.
That's the crazy part about it. And of course, with the new defensive coordinator, a little bit of a new scheme. Going to the 3-4, how does that affect Will McClay heading into the draft?
Not really. It just depends if that end can he play a 5 technique, 6 technique, or can he stand up, can he run back? So those are all the things that you have to go through when you talk about putting pieces in the defense. And so there's more to it than, and I love you guys do some great mock drafts and all that stuff. But if if you don't know the nuts and bolts of the scheme, you can only throw, it's like parts of a car. There's always a spark plugs don't fit in every car, right? You're trying to build an engine, and you have to build the engine with the right part.
That's a good analogy.
Take your mock draft.
Try to shove it up their ass.
Is what he is saying right there.
What he's saying,
exactly what he's saying there with you and your mock draft.
Oh my goodness! And so we got to pick a few because it is mock draft season. And we've got to do that. I know, Kuiper came out with his yesterday. I think The Athletic has one today. We need to get about 5 of these things, Jason, and put them on the wall and see who's the closest.
Well, that's why Kuiper does 85 of them, and McShay does 85 of them, and Dane Bugler, who I think is one of the best, he, does 500 of them. And, because at one point, mock draft 31C, I had the Cowboys getting the guy they got.
Exactly. Now, those 37 others, I was wrong, but...
Oh, no, we don't talk about that. No. I mean, we don't talk about it because then there's going to be trades, there's movement, but it's fun to talk about. We love consuming it because... And I really do like Will McClay, and he's really good at what he does. And his ego is such that he can work for Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys because in a lot of ways, this dude would have the title GM anywhere else. And other teams have tried to hire him, and he has chosen to stay in Dallas, and he's good at what he does. But that analogy, you're building an engine, and the pieces and parts have to work. If you're, pick your car, but if you get pieces from, say you're building a Chevy, I'm guessing some of those Kia parts or Nissan parts aren't going to work in that deal.
They're not going to fit.
That's what you're going to try to do.
The best thing he said there when he was asked a question about do you draft for need or best player available, it depends on who has the card. That will tell you everything you need to know about that. If Jerry has the card, well, it could be that shiny object. If I have it, it's a little more practical.
Well, and one of the things, too, that you'll learn from Will McClay is, and this will help you when you're reading all these mock drafts, in his mind, what are the Cowboys focused on most?
I would say there's a unique set of defensive linemen that all have different skill sets, and so that's a strong group. I think that there's some safeties that are interesting in this draft too.
And there are, and it is a good defensive draft. And so there are a lot of good defensive players out there, and the Cowboys are fortunate because that is a need, and there's some good players out there. By the way, and I don't know, I'm going to have to check this, but Claymore on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says after Mozzie Smith was Aiden Hutchinson.
Seems right.
Nope.
It could be. Was it not?
He went 1 overall. No, 2 overall.
Aiden Hutchinson?
Yeah, Detroit. He went right behind Trayvon Walker.
What draft was that, Pledge?
23.
23.
It was the year that the Texans got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson.
And the Cowboys got Mozzie Smith.
Then he clearly, Aiden Hutchinson wasn't drafted 2nd overall then.
Oh.
No, he wasn't.
Well, that wasn't that same draft.
Well, obviously.
Sam Laporta went after Mozzie Smith
And Anton Harrison out of Oklahoma was picked 27. Miles Murphy out of Clemson was picked 28.
Well,
Nolan Smith, 30.
I don't know what those dudes are doing. Right before him, Dalton Kincaid went to the Buffalo Bills. So I don't know, but I remember being on this radio program.
Jerry Porter Jr.
Program, and we talked to Mozzie Smith the next day and thought it was because it was a position of need at the time.
Yep.
And we thought it was a good pick. The only problem is it has Michigan attached to it, and that's it. It's just like that Schoonmaker. I think that was the next year.
Yeah.
Is Jerry O Michigan something or what? You got to deal with him.
Nolan Smith with the Eagles went 31st. And so, yeah, I mean, Mozzie Smith.
Sam Laporta early in the second round.
Sam Laporta. Oh, I'm not worried about it. They got Jake Ferguson. Everything's fine.
Brian Branch also early in the second round.
That wasn't bad. So everything works out the way it should, Pledge. It'll be interesting to see what the Cowboys do, especially with that 20th pick overall. Do they trade that thing to fall into the second round? Because they have no second-day picks as we sit here right now. Cowboys have 2 first-round picks and then nothing again until the 4th round of the NFL draft. And I can't imagine the Cowboys just I'll tell you, here, fellas, you got the day off today in round 2 of or day 2 of the NFL draft.
Yep.
That's not good. Not good at all. All right, lots more to talk about it. And don't forget, we got a big announcement coming up here at 5:35. We're going to be telling you about something that's going to be a lot of fun and that's going to do a lot of good for some good folks. That's for sure, as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that? Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas, what a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Switch to TurboTax and file your own taxes for free in the app, because free shouldn't cost $15.99. Right? Free Tax USA? Or is it cost $15.99 Tax USA? Switch to TurboTax and file free. Free state, free federal, 100% free, 100% guaranteed. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Switch to TurboTax and file your own taxes in the app for free by 2/28. Excludes TurboTax expert products. $15.99 charge from Free Tax USA is for state taxes.
Italian subs for your finance team at Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work. with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater, food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice-proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Foreigner, celebrating 50 years.
You're as cold as ice.
5 decades of hit songs.
Feels like the first time.
Come alive on one stage.
It's urgent.
Foreigner, October 13th, Majestic Theater.
For a girl like you.
Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at atgtickets.com. All the hits on one stage. Foreigner, celebrating 50 years, live.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real US-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs looking for win number 11 in a row after they got number 10 in Toronto last night. Devin Vassell's been red hot. He led the team again last night with 21 points. Spurs at it again tonight. They'll take on the Nets in Brooklyn. Tip-off there is set for 6:30. There was a trade, believe it or not, in the NFL today. Tennessee Titans and nose tackle and former Texas Longhorn Travondre Sweat to the New York Jets in exchange for edge rusher Jermaine Johnson.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness. Some days are just better than others. Some things are as well. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're getting off at 5 o'clock, congratulations.
I called up Caitlin.
Thursday.
Oh, that was creepy.
Thursday is over for you, and you're headed into Friday. Congratulations. Jason Minix is, some friends are good and some others are really good.
I am a great friend.
Just sent a nice video, and I'm not going to describe it here because I would not do it justice. You can go to TMZ.com and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
What's the subject of the video?
Sydney Sweeney.
And what is Sydney Sweeney doing?
Modeling her lingerie.
How?
Very seductively.
On?
I don't know. On.
A chair.
Well, okay. And other things.
Do you think he noticed the chair?
Holy cow, there was a chair there?
I'm just saying when you have good friends.
He probably couldn't tell you what color it is.
No, that
actually
I'm
chair, there's a bed.
I'm happy for that girl. She is very successful. I got nothing.
Are we on?
Are we?
Will you do Sports Center finally?
I did already.
Do it again.
No. I'm good. You don't need to be looking at that. Your wife's out of town.
I was looking for the noodles.
Maybe you should when you get home.
It's been 3 days.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's impressive. Where were we?
The Spurs are doing really good. In fact, we have a poll.
We do. We sure do.
I took a poll.
Yes, we certainly do. And the poll is very simple. Will the Spurs win it all? Not can they, will they? And right now it's very close. The yes is at 51%, the no's at 49%. So wake the kids, phone the neighbors, have them get on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page and vote in that poll.
Well, and again, you look at what the Spurs have been doing. A 10-game win streak. The national media has certainly taken notice.
Jumped on the bandwagon is more like it.
Well, and again, that's fine. The other day, Clinton Yates, who's on right after the morning huddle, sounded like he had not seen the Spurs play one time this year. I'm like, that team's pretty good. No bleep, dude. They're now 2 games back of Oklahoma City. Last night on Sports Center, Brian Windhorst sells Scott Van Pelt. He's already booked hotel rooms in San Antonio.
Scott, I have an announcement.
Okay.
I have made hotel reservations in San Antonio. And the reason is because there's a certain hotel I want, number one. I don't want you messing around. Secondly, Victor Wembanyama is so special, okay? And, my instincts of 23 years covering the NBA are a team that has never played in a playoff game together is not winning 12 playoff games in the Western Conference. That's what my instincts tell me. But then I watch Wembanyama, and I watch how these guys defend, and I am taking the impossible off the table. The last time we saw a team go from having basically no playoff experience together to reaching the finals was the Shaq team in Orlando in the 90s. I was a kid. I was in high school. I watched it, the arena, all that stuff. In fact, I saw Brian Hill last night here in L.A. Shaquille O'Neal and Victor Wembanyama, you may have a Shaquille O'Neal here. I don't know, but I'm not taking it off the table. And so I look at the Spurs very, very seriously. And they're right on the heels of the Thunder now because of all these injuries that the Thunder have.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And somebody, comedians on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, find out the hotel with the best buffet. That's where Windhorst is staying. Oh, my gosh. I digress.
You don't think it's the Fairfield Inn?
I'm pretty sure it's not. It's one of those schwanky ones downtown, probably the Emma. Is it the Emma? At the Pearl?
I don't know if he's there. It might be at the Hyatt Hill Country, but I know there's been other times where that dude likes to be in Austin and drive back and forth. Although he did say he made hotel reservations in San Antonio.
There's some great hotels.
You don't think it's Marriott River Center?
Oh, I mean, it could be. He's probably a Marriott guy.
Dude, he's probably got more points than, all of us combined.
No, I'm sure. But, and again, he's made reservations there. He's made reservations in Oklahoma City. He's made reservations everywhere because he's going to be all over the place. But the fact that I understand what he means is that he says the impossible off the table for this young Spurs team that has 0 playoff experience. And so, and I think they should the way they're playing. And he said something that I thought was spot on, and that's the way this team is playing defense. You can have all the offense you want. I love it, and they are scoring a lot of points lately, but defensively they seem to be molded in. I mean, they seem to be in, and they're playing really well defensively.
Defensively they're fine. Like Wemby has had 2 bad offensive games, but his defense has been fine. And then, you think about like one of the comments right now on our YouTube page, and they're good, but man, do they have that playoff mentality? That's why all of us are hesitant to say, this team can go win it all, although our poll right now is at 50-50.
Yeah.
But they do need those playoff scars. Maybe they're too young and dumb to understand what that means because this is a tight-knit group. Anytime you hear any championship-level team, whether you're talking about the USA hockey team that just won gold, the Seahawks that just won the Super Bowl, every championship team talks about just how tight-knit of a group they are, that brotherhood. The Spurs have that.
Yeah.
They do have that. And then you go with Phil Jackson's 40-20 rule. Some people, because it's Phil, might call that the 420 rule, but it's the 40-20 rule. When you get 40 wins before your 20th loss. And right now, only 3 teams meet that criteria, the Thunder, the Pistons, and the Spurs. And they were talking about this morning on Get Up, and damn, if Phil isn't right with that theory, you go back, and it's hard to find a championship team that didn't accomplish the 40-20 rule.
Well, and that's good, and he's got something there for sure. I just want to see how the Spurs play in their first playoff game. Because, again, it's a different animal. It is, and I've seen it. I know you've seen it. And if you've watched playoff basketball at all, you know what I'm talking about. It's different than playing Detroit on a February night.
Yep.
You know, it is different. Everything is ratcheted up, and it's more physical. Most of the time, the officials swallow their whistles. Sometimes they want to be the show, and they don't. But it's a different ball game when it comes to the playoffs, and that's what the Spurs are going to have to adjust to, and they're going to have to adjust very quickly.
It's incredible to think what this Spurs team could actually do this year. We knew it was going to be better. According to the Googles, since the three-point line was introduced in 79, 41 out of 45 NBA champions reached 40 wins before 20 losses.
Say that again.
41 out of 45 NBA champions, 91%, reached 40 wins before 20 losses.
Well, that's pretty good.
I mean, that is pretty incredible when you think about it. And right now there are 3 teams, Oklahoma City, Detroit, and San Antonio, that will be 40-20 teams this season.
Now, of those 3, I'm going to give Oklahoma City the advantage.
Sure.
Because they've been there. Because Detroit, I think, is in the same boat as the Spurs in a lot of respects. They're young.
Yep.
And they don't have any playoff experience either. So, interesting. And there's a lot of teams in the East that do, by the way. So, it's going to be interesting to see, but the Spurs playing well, and it is a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot more fun than it has been here in a long time. Covering the San Antonio Spurs team. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later. Remember, 5:35, we got a special announcement we're going to make. But coming up next, what are the Texans doing at the Combine, and what are they looking for? The General, John McClain, knows, and he joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Now you think about the Spurs-Brooklyn game tonight. Brooklyn is tanking. You want to make this game more entertaining, more exciting, make sure you're playing along on Underdog. Your place to go make picks and win money right now in Texas is Underdog. Now, Wemby and his points have cost me the last 2 games. Underdog has him at 23.5 points tonight. Would you go higher or lower? I'm going to go higher. Eventually, Wemby's going to break out of that offensive slump. They also have him at 4.5 blocks and steals. Would you go higher or lower there? Devin Vassell, they've got right now 1.5 3-pointers, definitely taking higher on that. That's how you build out your pick-em entry on Underdog. Get all your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Ready to free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is active liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagel. You know, now is a great time of year to get your roof inspected and ready for our crazy spring weather. Be it hot, cold, rain, or hail. Who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us this year? Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. You know, your roof protects your home and your family. A quality roof overhead means comfort, confidence, and certainly peace of mind. Now is the time to get your roof ready for spring. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's NOVOBrew.com.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunk Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back. We are back on a Thursday afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We just got an update on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's going to return tomorrow night for the Oklahoma City Thunder. After missing, 9 games or something like that, he will come back, which is obviously good for Oklahoma City and maybe not so good for the San Antonio Spurs.
The Spurs have done their part. They've closed the gap.
Yep.
Now 2 games back. Only 2 games back. The 1 seed is certainly in reach for the San Antonio Spurs. Let's talk some NFL and Combine with the great John McClain, the general, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And, John, actually, I want to start with an event you were at in Houston yesterday as the Texans were showing off where their new facility is going to be built. And old Cal McNair was asked, with the World Cup coming, what are you guys going to do when you have to get out of NRG? Any thought, any realistic chance that they maybe come to San Antonio to have a mini camp or two while the World Cup is taking over Houston?
I had no clue. I hadn't even thought about it till somebody asked Cal afterward. Now, they're going to have to be able to have their off-season program. I'm not sure. When does the World Cup end?
July.
It's in June. And,
yeah, July something,
and
mid-July.
Teams have their mini camp. The only thing's mandatory in the middle of June. They may have to. Looks like they'll have to have that somewhere else. I'm guessing they'll go one of the other schools around here. Hell, we got so many great high school stadiums. It's amazing. But then training camp is the end of July, so they should be, once they get through that mid-June mini camp, then they're off the rest of June, and they're off till training camp begins about the 3rd week of July. But the players still have to work out. Now, a lot of them go home. I guess they could work out at a local club, but they like working out together. So I'm sure they'll get something worked out at the University of Houston, somewhere where the World Cup is not going to be. I know I'm not getting anywhere near downtown Houston. I may not even go inside Loop 610 when the World Cup is here.
Very true. It's going to be crazy. No doubt about it there in the city of Houston, Dallas, and everywhere else that this thing is. It's interesting, though, John. I mean, and I get that's more convenient to go to one of the schools, and they're right there. But I don't know. Would it do the Texans some good maybe to go to Austin or San Antonio perhaps and maybe pick up a fan or two?
Well, I think the only thing you pick up fans on is if you win. And considering there's only one winning team in Texas, you'd think they'd be getting a lot more fans. But the fact is they're not, because it's Cowboy country, except for Luke 610, and we all know it. And right now, when they open that new facility in 29, their lease is up at NRG Stadium in 32. And it's in a suburb called Cypress. Cypress has 12 6A high schools. And this area it's in, it's called Bridgeland. And Bridgeland has 50,000 people in this development. And I'd been there on remotes for my radio station, and I was blown away by all the development out there. And I'm not just talking about homes. It used to be Loop 610 here, 30 miles around. Nobody wanted to live outside it. Then they built the Beltway, 66 miles around. Nobody thought about living outside the Beltway. Now they have 99. And 99 is, I think, 99 miles. People think, did they do that for J.J. Watt? Well, they had to have a name. So even now, like the area where they're going to build that facility, 83 acres, they're going to take up 22. And those things they gave us to show us what it's going to look like, it just blew me away. It reminds me of the Star. in Frisco, where you got everything right there, a long way from your stadium, of course. And I kind of like it. If you're coming from I-10 or 290, it's going to be very convenient. If you're coming from the southern part of town or the east side of town, it will not be convenient. And I feel terrible for like the TV stations that got to cover the Astros and the Rockets, and then of course you got to cover the Texans on a daily basis. But for them, it is way out there.
Yeah, well, that's why you get multiple crews, although it's harder and harder to find in the sports department at most TV stations now. Now, John, up there in Indianapolis, Nick Caserio did say the other day that C.J. Stroud will be the quarterback in 2026. Moronic, the trade talk, which I think is the exact term you used with us last week in talking about trading C.J. Stroud. But he wasn't overly committal to beyond at 2026, even though they love their quarterback.
Well, they'll pick up the fifth-year option in May, and that'll keep him here through 2027. And then unless what we saw in the New England game is the sign of the quarterback he's going to be, I don't know anybody believes that, then they would not extend him. You know, they may extend him this offseason. I wouldn't do it. I'd want to make sure. You don't want to get a Tua Tagovailoa situation, a Kyler Murray situation, a Russell Wilson situation. There's no need to rush. Let him play the fourth year and then extend him after that one. And if he doesn't want to do it, then you have him for the fifth year. Then if he doesn't want to do it, you can franchise in 2 years. So that'd be going into his eighth year, but they'll get it worked out. I'll just be surprised if it's this offseason. Now, they will extend Will Anderson Jr. because he's earned every single penny, and he should be, in his deal, the highest paid defensive player in history. And that'll be a good motivation for Stroud next season, don't you think?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I think it'd be a good motivation for him. And hopefully that was just a one-off, what happened to him in that New England game. But we'll see how he is. I'm with you, though, John. I wouldn't extend the guy this year because you're right. There is no hurry. When you're talking about Caserio, he did say today that obviously offensive line is a priority for them, but maybe not necessarily in the draft. He was talking free agents. What do you think is the better way to go there?
Well, if he has failed on both accounts. The one thing Nick Caserio has not been able to do is draft good offensive linemen or sign them. Last year, they signed Jake Andrews, who'd been cut by the Patriots, never done squat for the Patriots. So naturally, they signed him. They put him at center. He's the center through the whole offseason program, through the season, and he was mediocre. And then their left tackle was Cam Robinson, who wasn't any good the previous season, but for some reason, Caserio and D'Amico Ryans, Caserio doesn't make D'Amico get linemen. If he said, no, I don't want Cam Robinson, or D'Amico said, I'd like to get left guard Laken Tomlinson, because when I was with the 49ers, he was an ass kicker. Well, Laken Tomlinson didn't play well in 2024. They signed him, immediately put him at left guard. Just like with Cam Robinson, they get rid of him during the season. And so they have failed on Juice Scruggs, a second-round pick, who was not even active in the playoffs. Their second-round pick, Blake Fisher, did not even start when Trent Brown got hurt, and they had to move Titus Howard from left guard to right tackle and insert another guy to play left guard. So that's a one with Kendrick Green from A&M. Is it Kendrick? I can't even remember. He was a first-round pick. Scruggs and Fisher are second-round picks. They haven't given up on Fisher. They did do well with Ariante Ursery, and they did do well. Ed Ingram, their right guard, who had been a second-round pick in Minnesota and bombed out, they signed him, and he played really well at right guard. So they're like, Caserio would be run out of baseball if he was batting the same thing he's hitting on offensive linemen. So I'm thinking this, people here, fans, media, fan sites, they think, oh, they're going to go out and get all these big-time expensive free agents. I don't see that. I think they'll sign some free agents. Their number one need is a running back. They have to have a legitimate running back. And I'd rather it be in the draft. They have their first round 28. I don't care if they draft Darius Price, Notre Dame with the 28th pick or the 4th pick in the second round, but they've got to have 2 offensive linemen and a running back in the first 2 rounds when they have 3 picks. I see some mock drafts having them take a defensive tackle, and I'm thinking, my God, are you paying any attention? The defensive line plays great. The offensive line, at best, is mediocre.
John
Casario
McClain.
did say,
Go ahead.
Casario said that he thought the line played pretty well, but maybe he was watching different film. And I wanted to say, yeah, you're watching with rose-colored glasses because you're the one that brought him here.
Exactly. It's like the chef that thought the meal was great and everybody else got sick.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it boils
Good
down
point.
to. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're following John on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. The great John McClain. Always appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Guys, thank you very much, and good luck to Spurs.
Thank
There
you.
you
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's nice. By the way, I just saw a tweet here. TJ Bass. Cowboys planning to use a second-round tender on TJ Bass. He is a restricted free agent.
You know, Brian Schottenheimer did say they wanted Bass and Hoffman back for depth, knowing that both of those guys could be starters somewhere else.
Interesting. TJ Bass is never a guy I looked at and said, oh, boy, he's great. I don't know. We'll see. But a second-round tender is good.
Evaluator, Joe Reinagle.
That's it, exactly. Big announcement coming up next. April Ancira with the Ancira Auto Group joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having issues at your house with your plumbing or your AC, you know Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC is the company to call. Experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau, and at Quartermoon, they are green certified. I know it's February, but it's going to be in the 90s. You need to make sure your AC is tuned up and ready to go. At Quartermoon, they've got great maintenance programs that ensures you are ready for every season. So call Quartermoon at 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Friday on the Morning Huddle. Spurs, how did they finish up the week?
Staying on the road. Their rodeo road trip continues. We'll get you ready for all weekend long. Oh, my goodness. We're going to look at the underwear Olympics that is the Combine. And, hey, it's Friday. We'll have some fun. Set your alarm. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like payroll manager.
Hi, my last paycheck was all in Icelandic krona.
You are welcome.
Welcome?
Given the exchange rate between the dollar and the krona, you're technically a millionaire now. Don't spend it all in one place.
I can't really spend it anywhere.
There's always Iceland.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
You know, it's late February.
It is.
March right around the corner.
Crazy.
We're all about to become basketball experts with the tournament, but our friends over at Ansira Auto Group are doing something really cool around the tournament. Let's talk about it. Announce it with April Ansira joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. April does so much in Ansira Auto Group in the community. This is very, very cool, April.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun. We're doing another contest because we always love to engage the community, period. But this one's directed to, nonprofits. So we're going to get to involve a lot of great nonprofits in San Antonio, Floresville, and Bernie in on this contest and pair it up with a little bit of madness next month.
Well, I find it interesting, April, that you are going to do it like a bracket, like a tournament with all of these charities that enter this thing. That's very clever.
Well, thank you. It wasn't my idea. I got to hand it. Yeah, I got to hand my husband, Jason Thompson. I'd love for him to be on with you guys, but I guess he gets radio shy. Who knew?
Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah, he's the actual expert on all of this. Now, I know a lot about, college football or NIL. I can say I know much in this space, but like you said, Minix, the rest of the world, we all become experts all of a sudden, boom, in March. That's when it happens. And I'm part of that bandwagon as well. And I can imagine that the nonprofits that we're going to engage with too are in that same boat as well. So it's going to be fun for everybody.
So basically, and the details are available right now at sasportstar.com. Yep. There will be eventually 64 nonprofits put into a bracket through a randomizer. Right. So before the selection Sunday. So, you know, and what's cool about this is you guys donate so much money and help so many nonprofits. The amount of money that will be donated for this is incredible.
Yeah. No, I was a little shocked when I saw it too. I didn't make this decision myself, but I actually love it because then I think more people are going to want to participate. So this is open to all nonprofits to enter. I guess let me explain a little bit about it, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're inviting all nonprofits to enter this in Floresville, Bernie, and San Antonio if you service the area or you're headquartered in this area. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all those names that enter, which I'll tell you how to do in just a second, and you guys are going to help us with the randomizer, which will pull 64 of the entries out of all the entries we have that will participate in our bracketology sort of contest, which is called Bracket for a Cause. So everybody is going to be randomly draw 1 through 64 and then assigned an area on that bracket. And so that's going to happen right after March 10th. So entries will be open March 1st through 10th. In between the 10th and the 15th, we'll have that random drawing. Selection Sunday is March 15th, and then those nonprofits will see which team they are linked up with. Will they get number 16? Will they get a number 1 seed? And then they get to follow those through all the way through. And then the tourney starts on March 19th, ends with the championship April 6th. And so whoever those last 2 nonprofits are assigned to those 2 teams they're following will be going head-to-head for $50,000
Hang on.
towards the winner of that game.
Say that total amount again.
Yeah, that's right. So the winner of the bracketology will be $50,000 to that nonprofit. So it'll be a lot of fun, probably a little bit more exciting, a little more madness for them as we go along to see and follow the team that they're paired with. But don't worry, say you draw somebody who's, an unexpected maybe winner, maybe a Cinderella story. I don't know. Maybe you're not feeling too good about. So the first team that goes out with the biggest loss also wins something because we feel bad for them. So sort of like the first biggest loser, right? They also will win $10,000. So if your first one out, you're feeling bad, but you lost by the most amount of points, we're going to award you $10,000 as well.
So if you get beat, you want to get beat bad.
Bad and immediately. So if you're going down, you don't want to go down in the middle. It's sort of like a bad business decision. You're going to want to fail fast. Fail as fast as you can.
So
collect that check and move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit represented by the team that suffers the single largest margin of defeat in the game will get $10,000. That's
pretty
right.
cool.
So
out first and out big.
Yeah. So if you just ran, because it's a randomizer, you're paired with that 16th seed or the 15th seed.
Yep.
You're not winning $50,000, but you could still win 10 if that team sucks bad enough.
Right. That's right. So now you're cheering like you want to be out. You don't want any good plays. You want turnovers. You're going to want bricks at line. So all of these sorts of things. So, but yeah, I bet I might as well tell people how to sign up.
Yep.
It's starting March 1st through March 10th. We need a representative from the nonprofit in San Antonio, Bernie, or Floresville to email ansiragiveaway@ansira.com. Include nonprofit name, the name of the representative, phone number, and address, and put bracket for a cause in the subject line. And that's how you'll sign up. You have through March 10th, March 1st through March 10th. And then you will be added into the randomizer that will be drawing before March 15th.
I would think that every nonprofit listening to this program now and hearing about this contest is going to want to get in on that. I'm maybe kind of dumb. I didn't know there were at least 64 nonprofits. That's incredible. I guess so.
They're actually, I've looked at the Big Give before, and I believe they've included like 7,000 nonprofits before. It's just, yeah, and I actually did a count for San Antonio proper once, and it was between 3,000 and 4,000 nonprofits.
Wow.
So you add Bernie and Floresville, and you're talking something pretty big.
Yeah. It's crazy that it's only that many because I feel like 15,000 of them hit Ansira Auto Group up on a daily basis.
every day like clockwork. So it's a good thing that you squeezed this in for your golf tournament in time. So
which is coming
you
up.
made the cut.
Yep.
You made the cut. You made the cut.
Well, I'm thrilled.
We're happy to be a part of it.
I'm thrilled that we're a part of it too, April. Honestly, I think there's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think UTSA should get in there in case they need $50,000 for rev share.
Which is why we're
that
having
might be a way to fundraise.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, which is why we have a randomizer.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. But I'm not even going to put in my collective, which is 210 inspired, because that's even too close. But yeah, I'm going to have nothing to do with the randomizer.
Nope.
I was just giving a suggestion in case fundraising wasn't working out.
All the UTSA types that listen to this show, that's a good idea.
Great idea.
We should do that.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Everybody should do it. So, but especially UTSA rev share.
All right, April. One more time, how do folks get involved in this if they're a nonprofit and they want to get involved?
You got it. Yep. Enter between March 1st and March 10th. Ancira giveaway, GIVEAWAY. So giveaway. Ancira giveaway at Ancira.com. I need the nonprofit name of the representative. So if it's San Antonio Sports, I need Jenny Carnes up there, who's the CEO. Phone number for contact and their address as well. Please use Bracket for a Cause as the subject matter, and that is how you enter.
And by the way, there'll be some verification that you're a real nonprofit. Like Ryan Eagle's Beer Fund, it does not count.
Yeah, so we are. That's correct. It's not a GoFundMe. You can't put, April's GoFundMe or something of that nature. So that's not. It has to be a 501c3. So we have all of those rules up at Ancira.com underneath a banner with Bracket for a Cause, and as well on your website, so you know if you actually qualify.
How quickly can you do a 501c3?
Not fast enough for your beer fund.
No? Okay.
Oh, it is not easy. It is not. You cannot go to, what is it, legalaid.com or legalforms.com. You can't do that. You can probably get a divorce faster than you can get a 501c3. So.
Wow. Incredible.
And then you will need, they can't, never mind, they can't win. They can't get the $10,000. So I was thinking of big losers. Okay, all right.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And add a lot of excitement, and $60,000 total to local nonprofits, which is going to be incredible.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And we literally could not do it without you guys. So I really appreciate 94.1 partnering up with Answer Auto Group again to do something fun. So thank you very much, guys.
Always appreciate it. Before we let you go, do you want to school Ryan Eagle on My Chemical Romance?
No, I'm going to I know. Hope couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. She was like, I don't understand how he couldn't know. There were people definitely in the crowd his age. For sure, like my husband isn't too far off from Joe's age.
You don't know how old Joe is, clearly. Joe's in his 60s.
Maybe that's it. I was the only one with a book, but we got there so early. I thought that's what I was going to do to kill the time until it started. So.
Well, tell Hope that I will learn, and I'll listen to some songs. No, I'm going to, just for Hope, not for you.
You're so
but
full
for
of
Hope.
it.
Yes.
He's full of
for
it.
Hope.
Yeah.
For a little hope.
For a little hope.
There's
For
no
a little
hope.
hope.
Ryan Eagle's going to remember a
For
My
a
Chemical
little hope.
Romance song.
Oh, my word. All right.
April, always appreciate it. Thanks for doing this. This
Thanks,
is going to be a
April.
lot of fun.
Yep.
All right. I'll keep listening. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. April Ancira from the Ancira Auto Group here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
That's awesome, man. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and again, $50,000 to the whoever wins the tournament, and you get assigned that team. And then I love the consolation prize idea.
That is great, because if your nonprofit draws a 16 seed,
yeah,
you're just
screwed.
hoping you're done. Well, you're done, but you hope that you're done big.
Yeah.
I mean, you're rooting for the other team just to smack you around. in a sense that sports sense.
Yes. Yeah, we understand what you meant.
Well, I'm just saying.
The Spurs just sent an updated injury report for tonight. Both Steph Castle and Keldon Johnson are available.
All right.
So they went from questionable to available.
Well, that's good news. I suppose I might let those guys sit anyway, if there's any question. Got a big game Sunday at Madison Square Garden.
And I don't think either Steph Castle or Keldon Johnson are worried about the number of games played.
Not at all. And I mean, they could get away with it. They're legit tweaked and, injured. So we'll see. Maybe they're on a minutes restriction.
Here we go. You're going to race home tonight to watch them play the tanking Brooklyn Nets?
Well, I'm going to watch, yeah. I want to see what happens because I've already guaranteed them they're playing a cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Cupcake City, baby.
Here we go. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online, samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their entire calendar, their menu. They've got West Creek tonight. On Friday night, a KISS tribute band called Rock and Roll Over. Saturday night, a Journey tribute band called Eclipse.
That'd be good.
The Highwayman show on Sunday. The Wellerman on Tuesday. I'm not sure what's the difference between the Highwayman and the Wellerman, but should be a fun time. Always is out at Sam's Burger Joint.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Somewhere else tonight, if you're heading out to Green Hall, you want to see Randall King. Says it's sold out. Never sold out. You can always find tickets. Sheryl Crow is at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo today. A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical at the Majestic Theater tonight. Stable Hall at the Pearl has Rebel Angels, Mary Maria, and Scabathia. Paper Tiger, Last Dinosaurs, Pix Bar tonight. International Night featuring Decibel.
Friday night, Ludacris takes over the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo.
That'd be cool.
Absolutely. I think rodeo and Ludacris all the time. The Home and Garden Show is apparently happening this weekend at the Alamo Dome. It starts on Friday night. Reinagel needs to be at the Aztec on Friday because it's Yacht Rock Review.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Wow, Randy Rogers at the Stable Hall doing an acoustic show.
Pretty cool.
Mike Ryan at Floors. Randall King still at Green Hall, another sold-out show. Thorne at the Tobin Center. Paper Tiger, Strung Out, Riverboat Gamblers.
That's where I belong. Right there, baby. Strung Out Gambler.
No, Riverboat.
Oh,
Gambler.
Okay. I've never gambled on a riverboat, so I don't know what that's all about.
Yep.
Saturday, San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. A couple of performances. Of course, the early performance is the Drop Tines. And then Shane Smith and the Saints have the evening show at 7:30. Aztec Theater, Descendants, and Frank Turner and the Sleeping Souls. So I guess that's three separate bands, if I'm reading that right. Green Hall has Josh Ward. Let's see here. Stable Hall at the Pearl, Heated Rivalry Dance Party. The show's soundtrack alongside music from the 2010s. They make that sound like that was a long
Classic
time ago, and I guess it
from
was,
the
right?
16 years?
Wow.
Good Lord.
The Moody Center, Eric Church.
Nice.
Free the Machine Tour. Lots going on Saturday.
On Sunday, the Boeing Center at Techport has Camilla. The garden show wraps up. Sundance Head at Green Hall. I just like the band name. I'm guessing the music since it's at Green Hall. That Neil Diamond thing's still rolling at the Majestic. Hey, wait. 9 Inch Nails is at the Moody Center?
Oh, wow. How about that?
On Sunday?
You didn't know that?
I didn't.
You need to get there. You got nothing else to do.
You're right. 9 Inch Nails.
How about that?
At the Moody Center on Sunday.
And how about this on Monday at the Tobin Center? Gladys Knight. I guess the Pips aren't coming along, but Gladys Knight will be there.
No Pips?
No Pips.
The dichotomy of the shows you two got excited about. Wow, 9 Inch Nails is on site? Wow, how about this? Gladys Knight.
Well, she's a legend.
No Pips.
Where are the Pips?
They're at the 9 Inch Nail show.
Maybe so.
Man.
How about that? Wow, that's kind of cool.
Absolutely. Also, something kind of cool. This was sent in by a listener, Ben. Jazz Texas Piper Band of Warriors fundraiser featuring Bo Jazz and Brandon Rivas and friends. It's happening on Sunday. If you're into the Piper Band or that community or just want to go out to Jazz Texas, you can find more information. It says full kitchen and bars open.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Exactly.
That's perfect, and that's why Ben's going. Not the open kitchen, but the open bar.
It says the bar is open, not open bar.
Sorry.
There's a difference.
Well,
there'll be alcohol there at the band fundraiser.
That's where,
because you know those band parents.
Hey, they're not dumb. They know the more drinks they get into you, the easier it is to get money from your wallet.
It's a fundraiser.
Absolutely.
Exactly what
it
is.
So you feed them drinks, and, they're more apt to give you some money.
What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com.
James Pledger, you have a show tonight? We got Extra Innings with Pledger. It's coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Be sure and join the fellas in the morning. AJ and Rob, they'll get you started at 6 a.m. with a morning huddle, and Minix and I will be back here at 2 on a Friday. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
Riding I-10 with the